The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. A win here, and your team becomes a legend forever. Through 4 events in 2022, only 2 teams have won a tournament. Leading the pack is San Diego Dynasty, who took the first 2. After 20 years of precedent-setting greatness, they are still the best and most consistent team in the game. A win this weekend will make it 4 world championships in a row for the Dragon. But Tampa Bay Damage's tactical brilliance and Jacob Edwards' one-on-one ability has put them right on Dynasty's heels. Without a doubt, this veteran squad has the momentum after winning the last 2 in Philly and Chicago. These are the odds-on favorites, but the field contains other squads who could see the view from the top of the podium. Former world champs Houston Heat and San Antonio X Factor's all-star rosters are dialed, and both teams have been to the finals this season. Impact, Infamous, AC Diesel, and Red Legion, all experienced crews who have redemption on their minds as this season has been filled with mostly frustration. New York Extreme and the New Orleans Hurricanes are both talented, up-and-coming dark horse squads whose skill and tenacity have teared up in 2022, and they both could go deep on Sunday. The Toulouse Tauntauns are looking to prove themselves stateside after winning the European Series, and they will be joined by rivals Stockholm Joy Division, Poland's Verst Factory, and the Lucky 15s from Great Britain. The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall, as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion. The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. A win here, and your team becomes a legend forever. Through 4 events in 2022, only 2 teams have won a tournament. Leading the pack is San Diego Dynasty, who took the first 2. After 20 years of precedent-setting greatness, they are still the best and most consistent team in the game. A win this weekend will make it 4 world championships in a row for the Dragon. But Tampa Bay Damage's tactical brilliance and Jacob Edwards' one-on-one ability has put them right on Dynasty's heels. Without a doubt, this veteran squad has the momentum after winning the last 2 in Philly and Chicago. These are the odds-on favorites, but the field contains other squads who could see the view from the top of the podium. Former world champs Houston Heat and San Antonio X Factor's all-star rosters are dialed, and both teams have been to the finals this season. Impact, Infamous, AC Diesel, and Red Legion, all experienced crews who have redemption on their minds as this season has been filled with mostly frustration. New York Extreme and the New Orleans Hurricanes are both talented, up-and-coming dark horse squads whose skill and tenacity have teared up in 2022, and they both could go deep on Sunday. The Toulouse Tauntauns are looking to prove themselves stateside after winning the European Series, and they will be joined by rivals Stockholm Joy Division, Poland's Verst Factory, and the Lucky 15s from Great Britain. The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall, as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion. The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. A win here, and your team becomes a legend forever. Through 4 events in 2022, only 2 teams have won a tournament. Leading the pack is San Diego Dynasty, who took the first 2. After 20 years of precedent-setting greatness, they are still the best and most consistent team in the game. A win this weekend will make it 4 world championships in a row for the Dragon. But Tampa Bay Damage's tactical brilliance and Jacob Edwards' one-on-one ability has put them right on Dynasty's heels. Without a doubt, this veteran squad has the momentum after winning the last 2 in Philly and Chicago. These are the odds-on favorites, but the field contains other squads who could see the view from the top of the podium. Former world champs Houston Heat and San Antonio X Factor's all-star rosters are dialed, and both teams have been to the finals this season. Impact, Infamous, AC Diesel, and Red Legion, all experienced crews who have redemption on their minds as this season has been filled with mostly frustration. New York Extreme and the New Orleans Hurricanes are both talented, up-and-coming dark horse squads whose skill and tenacity have teared up in 2022, and they both could go deep on Sunday. The Toulouse Tauntauns are looking to prove themselves stateside after winning the European Series, and they will be joined by rivals Stockholm Joy Division, Poland's Verst Factory, and the Lucky 15s from Great Britain. The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion. The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. A win here, and your team becomes a legend forever. Through 4 events in 2022, only 2 teams have won a tournament. Leading the pack is San Diego Dynasty, who took the first 2. After 20 years of precedent-setting greatness, they are still the best and most consistent team in the game. A win this weekend will make it 4 world championships in a row for the Dragon. But Tampa Bay Damage's tactical brilliance and Jacob Edwards' one-on-one ability has put them right on Dynasty's heels. Without a doubt, this veteran squad has the momentum after winning the last 2 in Philly and Chicago. These are the odds-on favorites, but the field contains other squads who could see the view from the top of the podium. Former world champs Houston Heat and San Antonio X Factor's all-star rosters are dialed, and both teams have been to the finals this season. Impact, Infamous, AC Diesel, and Red Legion, all experienced crews who have redemption on their minds as this season has been filled with mostly frustration. New York Extreme and the New Orleans Hurricanes are both talented, up-and-coming dark horse squads whose skill and tenacity have teared up in 2022, and they both could go deep on Sunday. The Toulouse Tauntauns are looking to prove themselves stateside after winning the European Series, and they will be joined by rival Stockholm Joy Division, Poland's Verst Factory, and the Lucky 15s from Great Britain. The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion. Since the modern incarnation of the NXL began in
New York Extreme's been quite the story, dominating in the prelims. They've only lost 1 prelim game all year, and then losing close games on Sunday. Kovar just on this last body. So Notorious answering here. It's a big one for Notorious. Obviously, sure Harris playing against his former teammates.
Draw him in and pound him the fuck off the field. Let's go.
Listen, it's company and it's hardcore. Don't forget, guys.
Yeah, that's one of the games that on paper we should win. Obviously, Notorious is a great team, but that's exactly what we were worried about, was getting sucked into the Harris show. He knows all of us very well, knows our tendencies, and we wanted to win that game really, really badly and sort of played a bit of unfocused paintball there.
Logandar's battling here for Notorious and the Snake. Finally gets taken out as...
That was a crazy point.
Yeah, that was a crazy point.
I know we won 6-2, but that was not good NYX paintball whatsoever. We almost threw away a couple of those other points too. It could have been closer. Yeah. We are much better than what we just played, right?
100%.
The only team who's beat him in the prelims this year, who has it been?
Uprise.
These guys.
And here we go.
And here we go.
So beautiful timing by Josh Taylor to get the kill, and that's a tough death read.
He does.
But then Taylor got a little taste of his own medicine there. And look at the way the Graham Arnold's kind of threading through here. And he's going to get the drop on McLean, begging for a penalty.
Out of here. We go win this 3-on-5, take the fucking wind out of their sails, and we win this goddamn match. Dig fucking deep and let's go get it.
They ain't coming close to me. Flow is on atomic. I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out. Staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready. We balling out. Yeah. The coldest.
Carl, he's got 50 seconds to work. So he's going to commit. Bunkers out. Wow. One and stays alive. Jerry Carl's going to get a free kill inside. So Jerry Carl trying to burst this one open here for New York Extreme on the Snake side. He's going to get a 3-pack, a 4-pack. Oh, Jerry, and he's still alive. That might be the best move we've seen on here today.
Pay me my respect, collecting every debt. Oh, the hardest.
We just played a point where Jerry Carl came through and shot everyone from the snake side, and they didn't put anyone in the back corner bunker or anyone in the snake to contend with Jerry. What does Jerry do?
5 more. Jerry just gets another 5-pack.
Jerry is just over here throwing overhand rights.
Come on! Another dirty fucking trash win. We need to be better than this. This is fucking garbage.
Yeah, nobody fucking smiles.
Those penalties are undisciplined and trying to be selfish and do it yourself. You got every single motherfucker on this team backing you up, right? So believe in each other, believe in this fucking team and the game plan, and let's go fucking win, man. We gotta clean it up for tomorrow.
Also, if one of us messes up, we all mess up. We fucking owe the coaches push up, okay?
Yep.
Let's do it right now.
Yep.
Right fucking now.
1, down, 2, down, 3, down.
Yeah, we already beat them once this year, so you know they're coming out with a vengeance, right? They're going to give us their best game. We just got to give them our fucking best. That's it.
Yeah, Hennessy eats up that back center. Gonna get another little 2-pack here, possible 3-pack, making it look easy over here. But here comes Josh Taylor on the counterattack here, streaking down the D side. Here comes Kyle Berry on his own counterattack, and Kyle eats up Josh Taylor. I mean, they're trying to counter Jerry, but if you don't have somebody in the snake or somebody outside wide, then it's going to be a disaster. So Jerry's just going to hit the afterburners, come through, trading out. Ooh, but a penalty assessed on Jerry Caro. Good thing George McLean lived through all that craziness. CJ Cantor's going to run the highway. Oh, I don't think he knew exactly where he was. Kaye comes over and drops the hammer on him and stays alive. 10 seconds left to go. Extreme trying to pad their stats a little bit here and put another point on the board for margin. Jerry's thinking about it. He wants to engage. Okay, here's the gun. Oh, but he shot his gun before, and that's going to force a trick. Oh, no, I don't think he did.
Good job by Jerry to go slightly over the top and put some paint on Archie before he came up, but then Archie picks him off down the wire.
You know, when we're playing NYX, you know, we know that they bring it. Jerry Caro is having a great event in that snake, so we put a lot of focus over there. They've been really playing extremely well this season in particular, so they're a top 5, top 4 contender team.
Let's go! Hey, minute 45! Give everything you have for a minute fucking 45!
We're reaching goals every single time, right? We're making Sunday. This is our 7th event in a row making Sunday. A year ago, that was not even in the realm of possibilities. Now we're a Sunday team. We're in that window, and now we're trying to go through the next window and be a top 4 team consistently. We can't have games like that and expect to be a top 4 team. It's just learning from our mistakes, using them for the betterment of our team, and just staying on task.
5 down, 6 down, 7 down, 8 down, 9 down, 10 down, 1 down.
Slam and fucking clam. Slam and fucking clam. Welcome to the Clam Slam. Clam Slam Jam.
And jumping into first point with Houston Heat taking on the Bears. Bears warmed up, unfortunately for them, in a loss against LA Infamous, taking on Houston Heat.
I knew they were going to make adjustments because they lost their first match. So I knew that they were going to try and do some different stuff and, you know, definitely play better because the Bears are a really good team. We practice those guys all the time. So we never underestimate those guys and what they're capable of because they have a lot of really good players. Hey, tell Mish to fucking throw him back at the back center too, huh?
2 guns in the backfield for both teams, and it looks like first strike's going to be Houston Heat. 39 seconds left to go. Mishka fighting for his life. Mishka gets dunked on by Frank. Tyler is eating bodies up right now as they are full court press as they do a little double dose with the bunker move. And Altamore sneaks through to hit that buzzer.
Let's go for it. Yeah, get Sam's arm.
Fetty, Fetty, you want to come here?
No, I want this and this. Nobody can stop this guy. Let me go here.
Here?
Yeah.
Top the head, top of the head.
Nobody knows else how to do this besides you.
Whenever I play, I learn what the other team doing versus us, and I know what exactly lanes they're shooting, so I can escape those lanes. That's why I tell Todd, well, we have to go here and here because they're not allowed to catch us.
Konstantin Fedorov blazing through here. Tyler Homan on the staggered attack, and no one has put a gun on Konstantin Fedorov. He goes all the way through. It does look like they are going to get it here, and there's still 14 seconds left, so Houston Heat does it yet again.
When I got guys like this, you know, the more they know, the more information they have to process, the better decisions they can make. So good at seeing something, feeling, and reacting.
Oh, Chad's going to run the highway. He's going to get 1. He's going to get 2 with the hip shot. Nice little trade here and a 2-pack.
Wait a minute, let me get a motorboat.
We just gotta be there, guys. Tie ball game. Get him, Ron! Yeah, baby!
There we go.
Houston Heat remains undefeated. Finally, somebody stepped up to beat Legion. Heat with one more game to play.
The goal in the prelims is always to just accentuate our powers on the field. Obviously, discover different angles and ways of navigating the field.
So tied 3-3 here. This team's fighting for seeding.
Oh, but Nate Schrader dying. I don't like that Dorito corner.
Well, the most productive guys on the D side have actually been pushing the issue. And then Dizon now doing it and just eating people up. And here comes Fedorov streaking up the field trying to find these last bodies with just 16 seconds left to go, trying to win this game in Houston Heat. Connor Kelly alive in the chaos. Tyler Herman behind him to put most likely the winning point on the board.
He's gonna beat them once. Fuck. God damn.
I'll get a chance tomorrow.
Fucking beat them ever. Remember what it feels like to fucking lose. Remember that fucking feeling.
Yeah, baby.
Fucking drive your wheels with that, man. We're not fucking losing. We're going all the fucking way. Let's go, Heat. Let's go. Let's go, huh?
Yeah, I love you guys, right?
Yeah, boys. Let's go.
Hey, Heat on 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! And Heat on 3. 1, 2, 3. Heat! Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Do the job.
Tampa Bay Damage taking on Columbus Level. Tampa Bay coming off a big win at the last event.
Honestly, it's the same feeling I have every time. We have talent and we should win every event we play. It doesn't always work out that way, but if you don't come with the confidence that you're gonna win, don't fucking show up.
Damage all the way up into levels Snake. Gonna eliminate these last two guys because they have no idea he's there.
Well, yet again, Tampa Bay playing like Tampa Bay Damage. It's so hard. If you let Tampa Bay get a lead, good luck. AC Diesel Damage both with one game in the books, both with a win. Jacob Edwards taking a uncharacteristic early walk. Oh, that was a shot. Spica just shot, coast-to-coast shot, but...
Can Rainey make this?
Oh, Rainey dumps on him. Oh, and then Jesse gets shot in the shoulder, and he doesn't know he's hit right now. So Rainey, Stanzik, and Jason Edwards save the day.
Get him out of the attack. Hey, little baby. Way to be, Rain Man. Way to be, dude. Let's go. Let's go.
Can't be too high or too low off a match. You just keep doing what you're doing. Keep working hard, whether you win or you lose. Sometimes you get a big win and you fucking sleep on that win and you end up with a loss. So you just keep working, keep your head down and do the hard things.
Spica putting it together. Nice move. Keith did not shoot his gun, so...
Only about 30 seconds left. Looks like they're going to take out Jason.
Spica then shot to the ground. He had to commit, and here comes Goldman trying to finish it off. Stomp on that buzzer with just about 17 seconds left to go.
You all right? I don't know. No mouth. No mouth. Yep. Oh.
Minor penalty assessed on Tampa Bay, but just in the closing moments.
I literally went like this and got out. How is that a penalty though? I just. Okay. It is like from the point of like when you get hit. I appreciate that. I appreciate the explanation though. Normally you guys are like, just get off the field. Right. I appreciate it. Man.
We're not anywhere near where we need to be, and we're still winning. So if we can pick up where we need to be, it's going to get fucking scary again.
Communication did get gradually better, though, at every point. And it should be better tomorrow. Yep. So, like we said last night, man, if we just continuously get better, we're going to be unstoppable on Sunday.
That's it. Literally, if every person out here gets 1% better every single time we play a match, that's a fucking 5% increase every fucking time. Yep. Like, overall, like, that's huge.
Penalty going to be assessed here on the Saints as Keith Brown is going to add some pain and some punishment.
Hey, it's too fucking easy, man. When you got to shoot people off the break, too easy.
Ooh, that was nasty. Ooh, wow, a little bit of a trip and fall here for Keith Brown. Oh, it is going to be a major assessed on Keith Brown.
I don't want to talk about it. Did you get the other shit? Where I fucking dunked them in the back? Make sure you got the good shit. Not just shit where I get shot, you feel me?
2-on-1 right now, and then poor Colin. Not much you can do in that situation.
I would say their playing style is super similar to ours, so it's going to be a very tough fourth match, but it's one of the best matches you can play before you move on to Sunday, because us playing against them, it is going to be Sunday paintball on Saturday.
But this is another big test for the Hurricanes here. Obviously with a 1-point lead, now we'll see how Damage answers.
Snake 2? I think so. I think Snake 2, Keith. 8:30. Can I get the tape? Let me back up. Jason. I'm there.
I was kind of getting dominated on the Snake, you know, playing kind of 2-on-1 between the Snake and the corner. Just having the comms to Rainey just for him to get out to the corner
can kind of give me some support over the top, and then it kind of relieves me and gives me a chance to make some moves.
Give me a second, Keith. Monkey 2, Keith. 5 minutes, Keith. Loading my last 5, Keith. Just breaking down the game into a calm, simple form really allows our communication just to succeed in those moments where you're down bodies. You know, hey, we're 3 on 5. There's 5 minutes on the clock. This is the situation. How do we kill him, right? Now Keith understands. He's got to force the issue. He's a phenomenal, one of the best players in the game.
Oh, Keith just shot the Dorito. Okay.
Just as we said, that Keith Brown needed to step up. It's the kill cross field to make it a little more interesting. And Keith's looking for it on the highway. So he's going to run through. He's going to shoot Bell. Pate gets diced up. Hato at the same time. And then Keith, he's going to end up getting shots. It's still 2 bodies left alive. 2 on 2.
He forces the issue, shoots 2-3 guys, and now all of a sudden he leaves me and Jacob in a 2-on-2. And then Jacob and I are in a calm situation where we're just talking out where they're at, figure out where they're at and what we got to do. So just being able to have that connection starts off the field and on the field. And you know, if you can't talk off the field, how are you going to talk on the field?
Hey, way to be, Keith! It's Sunday paintball right there. Every time you play against Damage, you cannot make any mistake. Every mistake you make, they're going to take advantage of that.
Oh, bad def, and then Camp gets eaten up too, so.
Keith's going to look to win
30 seconds, yeah.
Way to fucking be. Yeah. Let's go. Hey, good job, Jason. Way to fucking be, baby.
You want to fucking go deep? You can't tread water with us. Nobody can tread with us. You better fucking come fast if you want a chance. Otherwise, you're going to get fucking shit on.
Fucking make it hurt. Show the world who we are. Let's go, boys. 1 point at a time.
Bayless, that's your job, man.
San Antonio X Factor, 2nd place at the last event, and they are definitely going to be a favorite here at this one. See if they can get through Energy Elite.
We're coming off a double overtime loss to Damage at the last event, so you know, we just know that we're right there. We've gotten better every event, so we knew coming into this that, you know, we really have something to prove.
Now we got a tie ball game here with 1 minute and 19 seconds left. Now everyone's worried about Billy. That's going to loosen things up for Meteor Ninos. Ooh, Meteor, a team kill.
Oh, sorry, Meteor. I just saw ahead.
A team like X Factor, it's about focus all the way through till the final buzzer. There's no little inch that you can give. They'll take it, and it's just going to be a really back and forth match.
Gotta fucking talk, guys.
We lost Meteor behind you.
Doesn't matter. We got other guys.
I know.
We always have good games with Revo, and we match up very well with them. A lot of bang-bang in the snake. Caleb played really good. Probably the best I've seen him play.
Oh, X Factor with a penalty.
Major penalty.
Billy must have spun.
They did some unorthodox stuff that we hadn't seen in practices or on the field yet. They played a really good game. You know, it was a kind of a back and forth, bang, bang game. We got up a little bit on them, and then one of the clutch points, Caleb Abdul came to our snake, bunkered Billy clean, and, you know, Amara ended up shooting him. So it was a little bit of a gift for him to kill his own guy and kind of take off their first attacker on the snake side, and we're able to grind out that point and come back from it. So we've given plenty of gifts, so we'll take one when someone else wants to give us one for sure.
Because Revo won their first game by 3, if they take this loss by 2, they're 1-1 with a +1. Before we sign off, though, let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Billy Bernaccio was hobbling off the field. He's on the ground right now, having his ankle rubbed. Not sure what the injury is or if he'll be able to continue playing this weekend.
Second step out, I felt a cramp in my calf. I've felt that before, so I knew right away it was a cramp. You know, as soon as I got in the pit, just had to massage it, and we were good. But I'm still good. I might be old, but I'm not broken yet. Going on 20 years in the snake. But I feel like I'm just starting to get it.
X Factor! It's Ryan.
Ryan's fast on the count. I knew it. I'm looking at Tim. It's fucking him.
These last few lanes that he needs to worry about are.
That was definitely
that's a nice shot.
I was seeing it from up here, and I just didn't know. Oh, and he takes it from TJ Danner. Danner, he's pretty clutch in these moments. Adam Gomez gets it too.
Oh my God, TJ Danner is just eating right now, trying to save this point. I mean, this was a 1-on-3 situation.
Oh, and TJ Danner.
It was like boring, so I had to fucking stop it.
Enough of the fucking, let's turn it up. Play tighter, play together. We got fucking a lot of work to do. All right, a lot of work from here on out. We win, we're good. Lose, wild card. Simple as that.
Oh, so Zach with a big commitment over the top and very creative moves by Zach. Unfortunately, he was just in a tough spot.
Axel over here in the Snake, he's up here looking at the scoreboard. So maybe they know that if they lose by 1,
they're good. Welcome to day 2 of the prelims, going down here on center court at the NXL World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Rich Telford. And the bracket of death is about to be played right now. Infamous taking on Notorious, ML Kings, and the Ironmen. So in that Hurricanes, Infamous, Legion, Notorious, and Versed C bracket, Rich, I think that's the bracket of death based on what we saw yesterday. Never really know until these situations start to play themselves out here.
Until the teams start dying.
Yeah, right. But, you know, it was just interesting because Versed beat Notorious, and they beat him pretty solidly. And the Notorious beats the #1 seed, the Hurricanes, in the worst game that we've seen the Hurricanes probably play since they went pro. Had a chance to talk to both Mike Bianca and Ryan Gray about the situation yesterday with the upset victory for Notorious. Notorious is the brand new rookie team. Looking at Marky Franz here on your screen. And they played absolutely fabulous against that Hurricanes squad. And the Hurricanes, Rich, they looked puzzled. They had 4 penalties. And, you know, talking to Mike Bianca today, he's like, you know how many penalties we got all year? And I was like, probably around 4 or 5. He's like, 3. We got 3 penalties all year long, and we got 4 penalties in 1 match. Very, very frustrating.
It's World Cup, baby.
So, and then Infamous yesterday, they beat up on First real solidly. Got a mercy rule win there. So, and with the way the cut is working here at World Cup, there's 4 brackets of 5 teams, and the top 2 teams move on, heading into point number 1. So,
and both of these teams are 1-1, right, Matty?
Yeah. So if Notorious can play as well as they did against the Hurricanes against Infamous, then this could be a really good match. So, yeah, tough to call, to be honest. Infamous did look outstanding yesterday.
Must-win situation for both of these teams. Either one of these teams go down to 1 and 2. It's gonna be very hard for them to go forward.
Yeah, Infamous lost to Legion, but they only lost by 1, so they're sitting 1-1 with a +5 right now.
Oh, Harris Hussein getting shot and getting a penalty out of back center.
Oh, he's about to get a talking to from Coach Ryan Gray because he also got a penalty yesterday.
Yeah, that's crazy because he very rarely gets penalties.
Yeah, he knows he's about to get it in ear beating, as we say. But yeah, Infamous lost a body early here on the Snake side. I think that was Jamrose that took the walk. Yeah. Thomas Taylor, we're gonna have that's Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall played really well yesterday, going kind of up the middle a bit. He would also filter over the Snake side occasionally, but he's currently at the lay-down door. He's got some support behind him. Infamous still has a body in that back center.
Infamous gets the D2, Matty.
And then Tim Brusselback had some really good points for him. But that's why, Rich, I really like, as you can see our telestration with these bodies currently alive out there on the field. But yeah, with the package that Infamous is bringing both on the D side and on the Snake side, they're getting a little scary because Nate Schrader's playing really well.
Nate Schrader's been picking up.
Sam Silberg had one of the nastiest moves I've seen all year long, winning a 1-on-4. And then, you know, so Nate Schrader, Tim Brusselback, and Silberg as the attackers on the D side. And then on Snake side, they got Jamrose and Patient. Saw a little more Patient yesterday than Jamrose.
And Hall.
Yeah, and then Ryan Hall as well, too. That's my play. So, and then you combine in the Cody Minkowski and the Callie Rudolph, and the team's just starting to look good. 2 bodies coming off here for Notorious in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Notorious down to just 1 player left alive on that D-side corner, Matty. Infamous 4-on-1 advantage here for Infamous. Infamous is going to win this first point. And again, both these teams went 1-1 yesterday, so neither one of these teams can afford to lose this match if they want to win this event. The biggest event in the world. World Cup, baby.
Yeah, so Ryan Hall and Callie Rudolph walking off.
And they never, you know,
looking good.
In the first little practice tournament, whatever we called it, and in the beginning yesterday, the Snake was kind of important, right? Like, guys were kind of flooding out here trying to get the Snake. As the day went on yesterday, fewer and fewer people or points were determined by the Snake. It was really who won that breakout or who could get down the Dorito side or up the center of the field. Because the Snake is just so hard to get out to.
Yeah, I do like how this field is playing because there are options. The D side is pretty potent. There's a lot of kills and angles in the middle of the field, and then, you know, obviously, you know, Snake's always going to be important. And we did see plays and strategy go back and forth. Sometimes teams were pushing into the Snake in certain sets, and sometimes they weren't. Other times it was the D side and then with the middle as well too. And having a balanced field like that makes it pretty fun to play. So on the breakout right now, Ironmen desperately need a win.
Ironman and Snake insert getting the check. He definitely took a hard bounce because he's not shooting that gun. 5-on-5, Matty.
Well, the Ironmen went 1-1 yesterday. They had that 1-point victory against Joy Division, but they got blown out by Impact. So they're sitting at even though they're 1-1, they have an a -5, I believe. And so they definitely need a win. ML Kings would also like to get a victory as well, too. But they put up a big score against Joy Division yesterday.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of the Ironman guys, Nick Slovack, this morning, and they have not beat the ML Kings all season long. So if they had a time to beat them, this is the one to beat them.
So
Al Fernandez moving into the Landry Logistics bunker as Hughes takes the walk for the Ironman.
Yeah, he's going to need to tighten it up because they desperately need Hughes.
Yep, Peterson taking a bite over there on the D side, getting to the D side tower. And then, not sure who it is, maybe Navarro fills out to the drill corner behind him. So 5-on-3 advantage now for the ML Kings as Nicola moves down to Dorito 3 for the Ironman. Kyle's got a good shot across to the snake side of the field. ML Kings get out to the snake corner, Matty.
Yeah, Al Fernandez trying to put a ball on him. He might have, though. Referee's going to come and check out his inside, left side.
Yeah, I believe that's Betancourt. Good shot going out there.
So he did. Yeah, so he's forced to take the walk.
Kyle Barrett's going to follow him up, go inside to the snake insert.
Betancourt plays on Energy Elite.
Sorry, I apologize.
He used to play in the ML Kings.
He did, yeah. I apologize. So was that Donaldson? I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it was kind of. It was in.
I just saw a small headband going out that way.
Well, Donaldson had been going that way.
So Ironman down in the 3-on-5 have battled down to now a 3-on-4, but they let Kyle Berry get into snake 1, so Al Fernandez is going to have to get a kill here on Kyle Berry.
Ooh,
and he gets it.
Dude, 2-pack of kills for Al. So Al's controlling that zone nicely as he eats up both, I believe, Donaldson and definitely Kyle Berry.
Yeah, he is not messing around. Al Fernandez is handling business in that Landry Logistics bunker. He finds the player in the center wing there over the top.
Well, the Ironman started to move up into that 50 on the D side, but then goes up there, shoots a lane, does a backfill into D3 again. That's Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle getting up to that D3 was crucial, and then even more crucial than that was Al getting the 2 kills for both of the King players that filled out snake side. And that's why teams are slowing down so much in the snake side, Matty. Those kills are coming from the center of the field, and you can't see that the guy's there until you're committed to your move. You know, when you leave, you don't think he's there. Halfway there, you look, and he's like, oh, yeah, there's a guy standing right there shooting this gap.
Well, so the ML Kings, that player who we have on our telestrator, he's been going back and forth. So the angle right there is on Al, but he's actually zoned up on Kyle right now because he might have heard, hey, they're at our 50 before Kyle dipped back to D3, and that's why it's beneficial to be proactive.
For sure.
You know,
pressure. We talk about it all the time, right? Anytime you can put pressure on the other team, Ironman dropping a body there, it's a really bad death. I believe that's Keith DeWitt. But anytime you can force the other guys to make a mistake and give you an opportunity or give you an advantage, you've got to take it, and that's done 2-on-2 now, Matty.
Did Al get that kill, too?
Al got that kill. That's 3 kills confirmed for Al. He shot it and killed it. Now he's making the move down the tape. Oh, but making it.
I don't know why he was just chopping people up from that spot. Oh, he lost Kyle.
Shot,
yeah. So the desperation run there from Al, not much he could do in that situation, but he did hit some work over there.
I'm going to be doing okay if Al can clock in like that every point.
Yeah, but the problem is, and this is just kind of part of the problem for the Ironman, because they'll have individual guys that will go out and have a decent performance in a point, but then everyone dies around him, and it just keeps happening tournament after tournament. Sometimes it's Kyle or Chris or Clay or Al or Nick, whatever, but they just can't get it across the board to get that survivability up. We're in the pits right now here with Coach Mike Paxson talking to Chris Tregarthen. And again, the Ironman sitting at 1-1, but they had that big loss to Impact. So even though they have the win against Joy Division, it was a 1-point win. So sitting at 1-1 with a -5, I believe, that's not going to be good enough. Whereas you're looking at the ML Kings, they're also sitting at 1-1, but they have a +5. So because they beat up on Joy Division.
Let's see if Harris Hussein gets the spin after that penalty last point. No, shockingly, Ryan decides to leave him in the pit. 5-on-5 breakout here. Infamous and Austin, same positions, but Austin repositions faster to the Landry Logistics bunker and the small snake brick. Infamous with all 5 bodies still inside the pocket there. 2 in the cans, 1 in the back center, 1 in the Landry Logistics bunker. They are up by 1 point here in the beginning of this match on a beautiful, oh, looks like Zach patient, or is that Jonah taking the walk?
That's Zach.
Zach taking the walk. Looks like Thomas immediately fills in for him. Good read and react there from Thomas Taylor. 5-on-4 advantage for Austin Notorious.
Yeah, that's a good kill, man, because Patient's been a relentless attacker.
Yeah, well, and it forces Thomas to fill that can, right? So if you can get that first kill, know that you got that kill, and then adjust your line of paint in, you can also catch the back center guy, Thomas Taylor, filling out to that can and get 2 kills out of it. So they made the first kill, they just did not have their containment. ABJ now making that move from the snake brick into the center wing there, Matt. He was mostly playing snake side yesterday, so it's a little bit different. Going into the Dorito side wing now on the 50-yard line. He's going to be looking snake side, trying to put some pressure on Joe Barrett there in the Landry Logistics Tower and Thomas Taylor in the snake can.
Yeah, really good penetration in that middle and some real estate taken by Austin Notorious as they have 2 crucial spots in that middle of the field.
And Notorious is now out to that Dorito corner. Back center. Snake side can. Center 50 wing with 2 players. Back center's now moving to the Landry Logistics bunker. He's got a little bit of broken paint on his knee. This pink paint shows up so well. I can't wait until we change the shell color to something bright that we can also see. Maybe like a white or metallic or some kind of shiny ball. But man, this pink is really a good adjustment.
Yeah, it's just visibility is kind of important when you're shooting thousands of paintballs every single point at each other, and if you can't pick up those streams as a viewer, it's kind of tough. So
not as interesting, right?
Yeah, and I mean, this pink paint is, oh man, it's amazing.
That first goggle shot that we saw yesterday, we were both like, oh, he got it right in the face.
You can see it from a million miles away.
I wanted us to all shoot lasers at each other, but Matt wouldn't let us.
Well, it also, I mean, look at all the penalties we saw yesterday too.
Yeah,
I mean, I think you get guys playing with, yellow paint or whatever, just paint that's less visible for the refs. And we had a really penalty-ridden day yesterday because it's a little bit easier for the refs to see these hits.
Yeah, players that are usually diving in the snake and kind of crawling it off or getting rid of it all, the referee sees that black paint go to pink real quick and is like, wait a minute, that was just pink.
So you can see this battle going down here as we saw our eye in the sky on that snake side. So no one in the snake. And it's been hard to get out. We're kind of calling the stock go-to strategy play the arrowhead, just because if you look at it from above, you get that center penetration because you can take some ground and stay safe, but then guys really aren't risking it out wide much. So, when the field always slows down a bit on Sunday, and you're going to see a lot of teams go to that stock arrowhead.
Yeah, we just got to Sunday so much sooner than usual. I mean, this was an early Sunday for sure. Yeah, but both teams are in the pocket, shooting their guns. Austin Choice has gotten out to Dorito 2, so they are outside the pocket on the D side, but Infamous is still in their primary bunkers, still locking down their lanes, convinced that their gunfighting abilities, their communication and teamwork is going to be good enough to make up for the field position advantage that Austin Notorious has here. The key to Infamous doing that is Joe Barrett right now not letting anyone go out snake side for Austin Notorious. Oh, Thomas Taylor gets out to the snake corner. That's a great move from Thomas. Big mistake there for Notorious letting Thomas get out there. And he had 2 guns on him. He had the Landry Logistics bunker and the snake side can both on him.
Oh, Marky Franz is going to
get
gets his loader scalped as he tries to get up and out of that can to do something about Thomas Taylor getting out wide, thinking about getting out a little bit wide himself or up the field, and it cost him his body.
Yeah, Joe Barrett caught him there. Thomas Taylor seeing if he can crawl from that corner into Snake 1, being creative himself, and unfortunately he cannot. He gets shot by that Landry Logistics bunker. Oh, so 3-on-4 advantage here, Matty, I think, for Austin Notorious. Austin with 3 players on the 50. Joe Barrett refilling back from the Landry Logistics bunker to the snake side can. Infamous now with 3 players. 2 players now, back center and snake side can. 1 player now, just the snake side can, so it's a 4-on-1 here. Infamous is about to lose this second point, so it's going to be a tie game, 1-1. Austin Notorious did pretty good there, Matt. That was a good close for them.
Rich, I agree. I like the strategy. Yes, don't get used to it. I like the strategy of sending the bodies up to the middle, safe, right?
Yeah, it's throwing them away on the snake side, right?
Yeah, and look, if you make it into the snake, it's great. There's a lot. I mean, it's the bunker set that runs almost the entire length of the field, but it has been a little bit of a treacherous spot to make it out alive. So it's a little bit safer. Now, again, we're going to see the strategy continue to change because if teams keep attacking up the center and keep putting focus there, then more guns will shift that way, and that'll make it easier to make it out. Thomas made a nice fill out. Unfortunately, not enough bodies stayed alive. But yeah, Notorious looking pretty solid here.
Yeah, it's interesting the ebb and flow. They start out.
In the pits right now with Ryan Gray and the Notorious boys. Very, very intense coach.
If they come out of the pocket, that's a benefit if we're set up the way we are, right? Don't think because the guy got to the corner that's bad. That's great for us. He went from a big stand-up bunker to the tiniest bunker on the fucking field. Yeah, that's great for us, right? Trust that we got it, right?
This is what Marcus like holds us down.
He takes a risk, we shoot him. We're set up. We're fine.
So he's probably a little frustrated that Markey got shot trying to make that move, forcing it out a little too early with a ton of time left. Body dropping here early for the ML Kings from the Snake side.
Ironman advantage 5-on-4 as Kyle goes into Dorito 2.
So let's see what the Ironmen do with this slightly high body situation. They've made it out wide on the D side, and they still have the ML Kings trapped in the pocket with just 4 bodies alive. So this is the point the Ironmen need to win. They're down by 1. They still have a lot of time to work with. Hopefully they're not going to be forcing moves.
Dorito 3, Maddie, for the Ironmen.
Yeah, Kyle with a nice move into D3. I think that's Kyle. That might not be Kyle.
I think it's Kyle. Ironmen get out now from back center into the Snake insert bunker. Great fill air. No one looking Snake side for ML Kings. Kind of a questionable look here. Ironman could be flying down the Snake side right now. Peterson only one. Oh, Landry Logistics is now switching. He's looking Snake side, but before that, ML Kings had 4 bodies looking D side. Ironman had a great opportunity there to go forward, get into that Snake.
Oh, and see, this is the Ironman's problem. They have a 5-on-5. They have a ton of time to work with, and 5-on-4.
Yeah, I knew.
Ton of time to work with, and then they lose a needless gunfight out of a really big bunker.
Not even their attacker, right? The guy behind the 2 on the support role over there. Ironman first into the Snake with Hughes, Maddie.
Yeah.
Hughes going straight forward. ML Kings dropping another body. Kyle DeVary taking the walk from the back center. ML Kings down to just 2 bodies left to arrive, Maddie. The 2 center towers and the Dorito 1 as Hughes crawls all the way into ML Kings side of the field. I love this. He's going to get the first kill here in the back. He's going to get the first one.
Chicken wings.
Yeah.
Navarro gets a little 2-pack here, and again, there's $500 at stake in the prelims, courtesy of Pate Smith Law for best individual performance in a point. That one's not quite on the list because at this point it's Sam Silberg's money to win with that 1-on-4 he pulled off yesterday. I don't know if we're going to see a better one in the prelims, but there's $5,000 at stake for the best individual performance on Sunday.
That's what I'm saving my best performance for. Now, how much do the best performing commentators get bonus at the?
We don't get it.
Is it 10 million? 5? It's 5 million.
Rich, no. We just you get a free cup of coffee.
I'll take it. Suckers could have had me for free. Ha! Got a cup of coffee.
And when I mean free, I mean like I'm gonna need you to give me that $2 to go buy it, and then I'll Venmo you the money later.
No, of course. I'll just put it on your account.
Yeah, put it on my tab. So getting a replay here of Clay Hughes crawling up. Stays low, doesn't hit any of those bunkers. That's crucial. You don't want to telegraph your position. And then this is why we call them free kills. Navarro has no idea he's there. And then ML King's not able to react in time. So Clay Hughes chalking up a couple to finish off that point. And, this whole season, Clay Hughes is kind of proven to be the most effective attacker.
Consistent, right?
Yeah, most consistent. I mean, they got, Kyle's good on the D side, and Tregarthen's had some amazing points over here on the Snake side as well. But yeah, he does get a little more penalties than Clay.
Breakout for both teams. Looks like 5 Live, both in the exact same positions, Maddie. We call that mirrored up positions. Austin Notorious is the first to release. Their second player out of back center, goes right to the center 50 wing. Joe Barrett releases and goes to the Landry Logistics bunker as Marky Franz takes the early walk.
That's a big bite here for Notorious. They're all the way on to Infamous' side of the field here in this tie ball game with just 4 bodies alive out there currently for Notorious with Marky Franz's early death.
Yeah, and I love it. They reposition Archie Barnes Jr., but they need to reposition him one more time so he can protect his player that's on Infamous' side of the field. Otherwise, Joe Barrett's just going to go get him. Ryan Hall there getting eliminated. Trading out with that center player. So 3-on-3 as Callie takes the bounce in the Callie. So 3-on-3, Maddie. Yep. Joe Barrett not getting out from back center to the can. Oh, and getting shot in that can as well, Maddie.
Yeah, this is looking good for Notorious again.
Another good point, yeah. 3-on-2 advantage as ABJ is looking to release from that center brick. That snake side brick, but now Infamous into Dorito 2, Matt.
I just love seeing, there's a lot of game to be played here, and they are playing Infamous, but I just love seeing teams make some changes and in the middle of a tournament look a lot better. First beat up on Notorious. Right? Notorious did not look good against the team from Poland, and who's a good team. I mean, they did really well, taking 3rd overall in the European series in the NXL. But they did not look good against First. And then they beat the Hurricanes in the worst game we've seen the Hurricanes played. And then now they're looking pretty. They're hanging with Infamous so far with 6:32 to go. But can they close?
I'd like to see Harris Hussein get out of this bunker in the back center and contribute. Oh, there he goes. That's the way he contributes. Catches a penalty there. That point goes from a 3-on-2 to a 1-on-0.
Did Harris get another? Did he really get another penalty?
Yeah, another penalty out of the back center there.
Christ. Well, that's horrible because there was a 1-on-3 in favor of Notorious.
Yeah.
The one goes and trades out with Nate, knowing he should have 2 bodies left alive in the backfield.
I was just saying it's perfect timing for Harris to swing down the snake side of the field.
You were being sarcastic.
But it was the perfect time for Harris to swing down the side of the
I
field.
thought you were just being sarcastic.
No. For anybody in the back center, that's the time to get out and swing down the side of the field. But it's hard when you're shot and continuing to play on.
Well, yeah, and that's, again, if we could throw our camera to the pits right now, we're probably going to get a really mad Ryan Gray yelling at Harris Hussein.
Well, I mean, is it Harris's fault or is it Ryan's fault?
That Harris got a penalty?
Yeah, that Harris is.
Was it a bounce shot?
I'm trying to see.
30 seconds.
I think they both just got shot.
Yeah, maybe it was no penalty. I just saw Harris get shot and both of them walk out, but maybe they just both got shot and there wasn't a penalty.
So, did Nate shoot him? Was there another body over
I don't
there?
know. He was clearly frustrated, but I don't know. No, it was definitely just a 2-on-3.
I mean, I was watching the run-through down there, and then
ABJ goes through, trades out with Nate, leaves it in a 2-on-1.
and then I look over and see both of them walk off, and he was singing songs about penalties and stuff. I'm like, really? Yeah,
and
frustrating.
With Donaldson taking snake insert on the break.
Again, those are you just can't throw those. If you're Notorious playing Infamous, you cannot throw those points away. That's inexcusable. You cannot be losing those points.
Papa's getting shot D-side, Matty. 4-on-5 advantage here for the Ironmen. Donaldson is in snake, though. First time this morning so far. You've seen him going right onto the Ironman side of the field. I like his aggressiveness early on. He's going to catch. He's going to catch 1, 2, 3 out of back center.
Yeah, bomb blowing up here. Donaldson doing some work. Still got one more to shoot. Going to get a little 4-pack here. Oop, no, gets eaten up by Nick Slowiak.
And they don't know he's dead, so Nick gets another one. And Ironman have Nick in the 50 over there. Oh, Ironman almost got back to that point.
I mean, that was a tall order.
Yeah, Nick shot too early. The guy was just walking down the snake all cocky, and Nick just shot a little too early, and he stayed alive. Navarro with a sixth sense there.
So we just talked about this, right, Rich? How pressure is being put and emphasis is being put on that middle, but Donaldson sneaks in, Hughes sneaks in, and that's just the ebb and flow of strategy and tactics out here.
And every time you know that they're going to go snake and they go up the middle, you're not prepared for it, right? And so then you change your game plan to protect up the middle, and then they go snake on you.
But you still have to be wary of that. Head checking the snake, it's obviously hard when you're getting shot at and you have certain game plans and that need to be implemented. But when you have a potent snake like this, you got to at least try to you need one gun on it.
Yeah, and we talked about this at the Texas event almost to death, but this is not a power snake. This is one of those snakes that every 1 to 5 points, someone's going to sneak in there. You're not going to know he's there. He's going to crawl down the field, get 3 kills, and you're going to be like, hey, when did that guy get the snake? Whose job was that? Who missed their job, basically, because they got in the snake and we didn't know it. Now, it's exactly what they're saying in the pit right now. Hey, we didn't see him. He got in there. He crawled around and shot everybody. Yeah. If you know he's in there, you can stay alive from him. If you assume it's hot at all times, you can stay alive from him. But if you play like it's not hot, it's tough.
So Notorious now down by 1, squandering an opportunity in that last one, gives a gift to Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous and Notorious are doing the same exact breakout, but Notorious has a little bit more emphasis on leaving their primary bunkers, getting to their secondaries before Infamous does. Nate making the move to the Dorito side tower. Austin Notorious moving up to the center wing, snake side. They've got Infamous has got Ryan Hall, Callie Rudolph over here, snake side. It's like Thomas Taylor in the back, or maybe Joe Barrett in the back there. Nate is over in the Dorito side tower. Oh, ABJ gets into snake too, Matty. He was really struggling with this yesterday. Let's see if he can use this to capitalize.
Yeah, rising talent, and every team out here, if your snake player's hitting, if he's looking good and playing well, you're probably going to be playing pretty well.
Yeah.
If he's having problems, you're probably going to be struggling.
100%. Yeah.
That's every team.
And it's probably one of the hardest positions to play in the field. Like a lot of pressure, a lot of the stuff you're doing on your own because you're the outside guy. Communication and visibility is limited.
Yeah, hey, and I know it's hard, but it still needs to get done.
100%.
Yeah, it's every sport has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if your shortstop's making a lot of errors, probably not going to win baseball games. If your tailback's getting flattened, probably not going to win a lot of football games.
Yeah.
4:30 left in this one. Some long points here. Better field position currently again for Notorious. So Notorious kind of pushing the issue against Infamous, which, Infamous maybe going into this one saying, and this is kind of what we saw about the Hurricanes too. A lot of times when you're a really good team and you're playing a team you should beat on paper, the mandate is, hey, get out here and stay alive. Let's just, hey, if we're better than these guys, if we keep 5 bodies alive, but sometimes that can bite you because then you're not willing to take those moves.
That's right.
Again, the team that on paper should be losing to is starting to run around the field a bit, and you all of a sudden find yourselves in some inopportune moments.
Well, and you can see by the posture here of Infamous, right? They look like they're a team that's up by 5 points, right? They're just playing super, super tight. Matt and I are sitting above the field, almost on their side of the field, and we can only see slivers of each guy in the bunkers because they're all playing so tight. Yeah, and they're actually only up by 1 point.
Yeah, but hey, if you play defense and you make your shots, that's great. It can definitely work out. And Infamous is playing, like Rich said, very tight. I mean, these guys are about as tucked into those spots as they possibly can.
And we talked about this last night when we were after the game, like, hey man, what do we think? And we think that the games like yesterday were a little bit slow, but we think they're going to even slow down more today because of this position that Infamous is in. You get to that Dorito 1, the 2 towers, the snake side can, maybe back center, you can really live there a long time unless they can come onto your side of the field and start to put pressure on you.
And that's kind of the question, right? Is that if things do go to this from a strategy perspective, so they have 5 bodies alive. Can they hold off Notorious? Notorious has really good positions, so we're going to get a little bit another taste of it right here with Austin Notorious down by 1, 2:55 to go. Not reckless attack moments yet, but can they push into these zones?
Marky Franz now releasing from the snake side can to the Landry Logistics bunker. We talked about it yesterday. Marky's one of those young and up-and-coming pros, very creative when allowed to be so. Great gunfighter, good timing. Let's see what he looks to do with it here. Ryan Hall for Infamous is trying to basically keep ABJ from coming up inside the snake and shooting crossfield. He's got Callie behind him trying to shut down that D side. Good over the head shot there. You hear 2 minutes being called, 2 minutes, so there's a little bit more than 2 minutes left. Austin Notorious understanding that they're down by a point. Basically have 2 minutes to go win a point to try to tie this up and take it to overtime with Infamous here in the first match Friday morning. It is Friday, right?
Indeed.
Perfect.
Which would normally be day 1 for us.
Yeah.
Instead, it's day 3.
And I got here like on Thursday last week, so it's like I'm super confused.
It's a time warp, man. We're at a paintball tournament. It's totally understandable.
Marky Franz with a good insert out to the snake side insert.
Rich time still ticking off this clock here.
Yeah.
Minute and 40 left. So this could be the this is the crucial point. If Infamous wins this point, they're going to win this game. If Notorious wins this one, totally different story here.
Oh, the walk for Notorious.
Rich,
Marky needed to get in the snake and support him earlier instead of just sitting back there.
Tough
defense.
Tough death for ABJ. Dying into that crucial 50 spot. Here comes Hubert. Hubert's going to get out wide. He's had some good points for Notorious. Going to try to move, get into this game. Notorious has had these center spots for a little bit now, and yeah, this is the crucial moment.
Got to start capitalizing on those spots, man.
Notorious is going to launch. Here comes the big move, and he gets eaten up. Got to play off of that. Rodriguez goes and plays off his front player's attacker.
And Marcus still hasn't
British.
gone in the snake. That would have been a great opportunity for Mark to go in the snake. Nate Schrader going through with the reposition. Gets one out, gets him clean, stays alive. Now putting pressure on Marky Franz.
And this is why you do closing drills.
Yes, and Marky Franz getting slapped. A little disappointed Marky there on that point. He should have been in that snake going forward aggressively with 40 seconds left instead of sitting back down by a point just waiting to lose the point.
Now, I'm not saying that Notorious doesn't do closing drills, but that was a relatively poorly executed
I'm going to say
close.
They don't do closing drills.
When you're at home and you want to be better at paintball, what you do is you put 5 guys in their spots doing exactly what Infamous is doing.
Ideally, your best 5 defensive guys.
Yeah, best 5 defensive guys. And then you put everyone else at the 50s, and they have 45 seconds to get through that cross. And then you do that 20 times. Oh, that is Kyle. Kyle screaming
he is
at his
up.
Boys.
Yeah, he is fired up.
Yeah, so we're seeing the replay here. Yeah, and it just Notorious could not crack the code. And it was tough. To be honest, that's a tall ass. That's a big problem. You got 5 Infamous.
Yeah, it's a real experienced line.
Yeah, very very veteran players.
A lot of salt out there.
All tucked in, basically, hiding in a good way, with their guns up,
aggressively hiding.
And it's tough to break that cross, and they just could not get it done. It also didn't help that they didn't have ABJ alive to start spreading the guns.
Yeah, well, and ABG, instead of sitting back at the 50 and gunfighting, should have gone onto their side of the field and really applied that pressure. Marcus should have followed up and been in that 50, and the 2 of them should have worked together to get Ryan out, and then the 2 of them should have worked together to get Callie and Joe Barrett out. ML Kings and Snake 2, but ML Kings taking a penalty, Maddie. So only 2 ML Kings left alive here. Snake insert and Snake 2, now the Snake 50.
Big opportunity for the Ironmen right now, as they're in some decent spots. They do have a body walking off on that D side.
That's exactly what the Ironmen need. They need to understand what's going on here and get some offense going down that D side of the field. Oh, bad death there from Kyle Berry in that snake can. So ML Kings with back center. Snake side brick is still alive. I believe that's the only 2 players left alive. Even though the Ironmen get that penalty, they're still in a good position to win this point. They can capitalize. They've got 2 in the snake, but I don't see anyone on the D side for Ironman, Matt. It might just be a 2-on-2 here.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more time left in this one, so even if the Ironmen can't utilize this advantage they have with these 2 bodies on the snake, you still 7:20 on the clock. That's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, can you see who's second there in the snake? Because I feel like he needs to...
Tregarthen's in the snake.
Okay.
And then he's got a body back at the either snake 1 or outside snake 1 insert, whichever you want to call it. Oh, Tregarthen's going to get picked up. Did he trade out? He didn't. Oh, eyes of the sky in frustration as he gets shot. So good defensive moves here from the ML Kings, holding the line.
Yeah, 2-on-1 advantage now for the Kings. Ironman player in the snake, 2 outside wedge, trying to put some pressure. While he still had a guy alive. Oh, ML Kings still have 1 over on the D side. I think that's Pappas over there. Just went from Dorito 1 to Dorito 2. So a 3-on-1 advantage here for the Kings. That penalty really hurting the Ironmen earlier in the match. Ironmen should probably concede this point, Matt. It's a 3-on-1 here. They're down by a point, and time is getting very, very low.
Well, yeah, margin is
6 minutes.
Margin's going to be a big deal for them. Oh, Boyum's trying to pick up Mingo as Mingo cracks past that 50-yard line, trying to put the angle on Boyum, and he does. So
I like the way Boyum's been playing the second in the snake over here. He's consistently following up and getting in the snake.
Yeah, so the Ironmen are going to be going down by 2. 3-1 will be the score. 6:11 still on the clock. Let's listen into the pitch real quick.
And I know home and 100 for sure. But if I say bingo.
It was echo.
Yes. And I,
yeah.
Hey,
let's go, boys.
Yeah, Tregarthen angry at that one. He didn't trade. You know, he committed and he just missed his shot.
Yeah.
And
in that situation though, in a 2-on-2, down by a point, you're not really looking to trade, right? You're looking to get your guy clean and leave yourself in a 2-on-1.
And he had a little bit of time to work with, only down by 1.
Yeah. With 6:30 left on the clock, it's kind of a bonehead move there.
Yeah,
but you know, it's World Cup, man.
Well, but look, I understand he wants to push forward, but you know, if you know that count, and you know that if you trade, it goes to a 1-on-1.
ABJ trying to go snake on the break.
He had a couple more minutes to work with. A couple bodies coming off. So Notorious tries to go attacking up the field, and it cost them a little bit as they're going to be having 2 bodies walk off early. But they're down by 2. Oh yeah, 16 seconds left. My bad. They had staggered
I was thinking the same thing, and I was like, let me see the time.
Well, there was 7 minutes on the other one, and I look back, I'm like, okay, never mind, guys.
Because I was like, you do so much better not saying ABJ, but it totally makes sense. Here comes the release down the center. Joe Barrett trying to get another point for that margin. Doesn't quite get it, but good acceleration there from Joe Barrett. Still got some wheels on him.
Yeah, Infamous 2 wins on the board right now for Infamous.
Yeah, they look good.
So again, they lost to Legion, but they beat up on Verse. So came into this one sitting at 1-1 with a +5, right around +5. And then now going to take a, what was it, a 2-point victory? Yeah, 2-point win here. So Infamous is looking pretty good here in this potential bracket of death. Hurricanes, Infamous, Legion, Notorious, and Versed. So what, 2-1 +7? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That means they control their fate going into their last game, which they will play
that's
tomorrow.
all you can ask for, right? There's nothing worse than hoping that some other team does good or does bad.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, with the momentum, you know, getting mentally up for these games, because at World Cup, it's 3 days of prelims. So one day you're going to play 2, and then the other days you'll play 1. And it's just, it's a little bit different than we normally roll.
Ironmen dropped their first attacker snake side as Donaldson goes from snake insert to snake 1. 5-on-3 advantage here for the ML Kings. This is not looking good for the Ironmen, Maddie.
Yeah, they still have time to work with, though, so even if they lose this point, they need to lose it fast.
Yeah, 5-on-2. Now would be a good time to concede. Because, again, margin only matters if you're winning enough games.
Yeah, you need at least 2, especially with the way the cut works here at Cup. 20 teams in 4 different divisions. Top 2 move on, so definitely need at least 2 wins to have a chance and a positive point spread.
Ironmen concede the point. Good call. ML Kings feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
Sorry, Matt, they're married. Yeah, Kings looking good, man. I think they do a good job as a young team of getting up for the events. You know, it's kind of a home team event for them. Bunch of Florida boys. Been working really hard. I don't know if you follow the pages or not, but
I do.
Out there working almost every weekend.
Kyle.
Yeah, he's coming.
Good shot of Paxton there. Legendary paintball player. Coach. Man.
All day long, let's go, baby. Hey, we're trying to run over here. We can't run over here. So we're going to have to just run over there and play them heads up and then follow this thing.
Down there,
Hey,
rocket.
Mikey,
Right.
get ready next round.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that might change from that line is we'll pull Keith out, put you in.
Paintball legend Mike Paxton helping Shane Pestana coach his former squad.
I got it right here.
Dorito way.
Yeah, they just still got work to do, man. There's a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah.
Team to get it together.
Get down there just to make sure we got a 5. I got to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
So
the only thing different we're gonna. The only thing different is we can do this line here with. If we want to change something up, and we put Mike in here.
Yeah, the Ironmen sitting at 19th place overall.
Yeah.
They did get a win yesterday, so if the Saints continue to lose and the Ironmen just with that one win, that could save the season. I can't remember. There's a. They told me the breakdown. I think it was.
To Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's Saints have to make Sunday, and I can't remember exactly the breakdown for the relegation conversation, but it is scary for the Ironmen, man. The longest running pro team in existence.
For us Ironman fans.
Yeah. Well, ML Kings, like Rich was saying, doing a lot of work in between these events.
Ironman gets to Snake 1 and Dorito 1, Maddie. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Donaldson also releasing to Snake 1. 5-on-5 here, Maddie.
This is the point right now. Ironmen need to start a run. They have 5 minutes and 15 seconds to work with. They cannot squander any opportunities. Oh, and they do get a kill, so it's a good shot on Peterson.
And Kyle gets into Dorito 2 and also shoots across, bounces Donaldson. No, kills Donaldson. Great shot there from Kyle. Nicola all the way from Dorito 2, crossing to Snake 1. They do lose Al Fernandez out of back center to do the Ironman.
Yeah, it's looking good for the Ironmen right now.
Yeah,
The ML Kings are losing bodies. Kyle Berry taking the walk. Navarro's going to get peeled off. They still Mingo out in D2.
Yep.
And he's just going to have to take the pain because they're not going to concede this point.
Yeah.
They're just trying to burn off as much clock as possible.
Well, Pappas can pull off a 4-on-1, so don't think this point is over, okay? Hughes going down. Looks like the point is, in fact, over. So 2-point game with, 4 minutes left.
That's possible, but they got to keep it up. Again, at this point, the Ironmen need to run clean. No penalties, no mistakes, and they need offense.
Yeah, and the Kings just need to tighten it up, right? They're playing loose again. That was definitely loose when Donaldson got shot a couple of the guys. If they understand they've got a 2-point lead, time's running down, they just need to tighten it up.
We say it all the time because it's true. If you're going to play defense, you got to make your shots. Now, they did take some ground outside wide with Mingo, but everyone inside died.
And Donaldson got to the snake, too, but he was just sloppy out there. Yeah, he was literally standing up, kind of almost looking over the top when he got shot.
I guess I should also add, if you're going to play defense, you have to stay alive and make your shots.
Boom. Prioritize staying alive and then making your shots. Yeah. Those are the two qualities we're looking for here in a defensive player.
So
throw some comms in there.
Listen, we're complicating things. I was trying to make it as simple as possible.
For you guys.
Yeah. So and also coming up after this one, Hurricanes, Legion, Impact, and NRG.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what the Hurricanes are going to look like against Red Legion because that is Legion is looking a lot better here towards the end of the season, and the Hurricanes did look pretty terrible yesterday.
I'm really interested in watching NRG because I think Geiger and Bowen is so far the best snake side package that I've seen.
Yeah, Bowen first to go, Geiger behind him, staying close to each other, playing aggressive.
To me, those two guys are playing the snake and producing more over here than all the other guys. So I'm interested to see if they continue to do it or if everyone's kind of figured out what their code is over there and can break it and stop them. Time will tell, my friends. Ironmen and ML Kings coming back out. We're in true Xball here.
Yeah,
that means there'll be 2 minutes between the points. More opportunity to listen to Matthew's buttery voice. Looks like Donaldson's getting the spin again. Peterson, Navarro. Obviously, Kyle Berry. You think Kyle Berry wasn't going in?
Well, Kyle's been real good this year. I mean, he's really emerging as a top-level guy, so you got to kind of spin him every single point. And congratulations, Kyle his wife just had their first kid.
Oh, congratulations.
So,
and Kyle was on Team USA. That's cool, too, right?
And he was, I think, a couple days after the birth at the field grinding drills.
Yeah, otherwise he'd be home taking care of that kid. Nobody wants to do that. Oh, Nick Slovak getting shot going to the snake side cam, Eddie. Nicolette does...
Did he get shot going there, or did he get shot while he was in there?
I couldn't tell. Sorry, I just turned around.
Well, where the hit is, it looked like he got shot going in.
In his leg, right? Yeah, I thought that's.
And that's just a great off the break shot.
One out of like every 10 shots or so, you make that shot. ML King getting outside to the Doritos now, so the Dorito won.
But Rich, ML Kings lose a body too, 4 on 4.
4. Yeah, Donaldson not able to get outside yet.
Yeah, Ironman pretty good field position on that D side with D1 and D3 very quickly. So.
Yeah. Kyle being in D3 there, he can shut down that snake side. 3 on 4 advantage for the Ironman now, Matt.
Yeah, another body just got peeled off, so...
See if the Ironman can take advantage of this.
D-side
going into that 50 on the D side, sorry.
Yeah, D side doing some work here for the Ironman. ML Kings also have here on your screen, looking over the shoulder, they're out in D1, but you can see how those bunkers are tiered in or out, depending on how you're looking at it. But the farther you get up the field, D3 is a great position. D1, not bad. There's some shots from there, but it's just, you can't really protect down the line as much. And you see our eye in the sky here on the telestrator.
Good read and react from Hughes, going all the way from the 50 back center to the 50, to the 50 snake. But he lets Kyle Berry fill out to the snake corner. That was terrible. And gets shot. Hughes turning a beautiful move into a little sloppy death there. 2-on-2.
Let's see if the rest of the Ironman can step up here.
ML Kings just brought this game back, Matty. Well, 4-on-2 to winning this point with just one player.
No, I think it's a 1-on-1. Yeah, so it's Mike McGowan. Oh, but McGowan gets eaten up real quick and going to sprint in to hit that buzzer. He should just pause, let him burn the time. If they're going to let you burn what are you doing?
Matt, don't take it personally. I don't think he was trying to be offensive to you.
Well,
but that time.
Well, I have to. Maybe they'd want to try to run the score up.
I don't think so.
But I don't think they need to, because the ML Kings, they have a mercy rule. So they went 1-on-1 yesterday, but they had a mercy rule win over Joy Division. So the spread, with now getting 2 wins, 1 more to go tomorrow. I mean, yeah, I would have waited.
Yeah,
I mean, you have a pretty good spread already. You obviously get that point.
Save those legs. Yeah, that was just poor execution there. Ironman should have won that point.
So yesterday, in a pretty similar situation to this, it was a little bit closer. It was a 2-point spread, not a 3-point spread. But we saw Uprising with scoring 2 points in 40 seconds, kind of showing the rest of the league what can be done in that game against the Lucky 15s. Now, they did lose in overtime. They made it really fun to watch.
That's all that we care about.
Yeah, so maybe the Ironmen were able to see that and saw... I mean, now it was just straight reckless attack and good execution from Uprising, punching up the gut, up that center of the field mostly. So the Ironmen are going to have to go to the well here with some wheels and go to reckless attack moments. They are running out of time.
Yeah. And it's tough when you put yourself in that position, because the other team knows that you've got to go to the reckless abandon option, and so they can prepare for it. They can either sit inside and go outside in or inside out.
So 30 seconds to go before the start of what could be the last point, but probably not, because the Ironmen are going to run into these guns.
Yeah.
But they got, it's also tough with spread, because if they go win their next game, they'll be 2-2. But this is just why it's so important to never get blown out. Yeah. If you take a mercy rule loss, you have to essentially get a mercy rule loss or mercy rule win just to get the point spread even. If you get those 2 wins on the board, because with the way that this, just tuning in, 20 teams in 4 divisions, top 2 go on, and you need to be 2-2 with probably like a +2 or 3 to have any chance of being one of those teams.
It's like 5 alive for both teams, Matty. Ironman taking the walk. 2 players on the Ironman Doritos side, both eliminated. Only 3 Ironmen left here. Snake side cam, back center, Landry Logistics Tower.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Ironmen. Losing those 2 on the D side. They have 3 bodies with their in that arrowhead position in the middle of the field in the pocket. 5 on 3.
Interesting that Hughes is kind of playing defensively there.
5 on 2.
5 on 2.
4. Yeah, 5 on 2.
Hughes now going to the center wing, looking snake side. Hughes now the only player on the live on the Ironman, and he's in the center of the field. Once ML Kings find out where he is, the 4 ML Kings remaining will probably put a lot of pressure on him. Oh, he does get one elimination, though. Goes from a 4-on-1 to a 5-on-1 to a 4-on-1. And NXL Kings kind of easily winning that point. And again, my friend Matt earlier was talking about doing drills and closeout drills, that kind of stuff. And this is another one of those drills that you want to do. You know, you want to put up 15, 20, 30 seconds on the clock. You want to have 2 guys sprinting out to the corners to kind of draw the guns. You want 2 guys back center shooting and releasing, and then a 3rd guy kind of trailing those 2 guys. And you want to do it over and over again so that when you have to do it in a big game at World Cup, it's familiar, it's comfortable. You guys know where you're starting off. You know where your lanes are. You know the adjustments that you need to make. What you don't want to do is be in this position, not have done those drills, and have to go out and kind of figure it all out at the biggest tournament in the world with all the pressure in the world on you. Good shot of the Ironmen pits. Let's listen up, hear what they have to say.
We can run wide. I've been fucking wide all goddamn game. You're the only side that can go wide, dude.
Kyle is getting really frustrated.
Seems like he's getting frustrated.
Well, that's the look of a man that's losing a game at the World Cup.
It is.
And a team that's sitting in 19th place with a decent amount of talent on the squad.
Yeah, man. If you think this is easy, you are mistaken. This is the hardest thing to do in the world. Try to get 10 guys together on the same page, get them focused, get them peaking at World Cup.
I like the intensity.
I like Kyle's passion.
I like his passion, man. That's a guy that wants to win, man. He's done a lot of work for that team this year on that D side. It's been one of their go-to attackers.
Yeah, I've been a fan for a while. I coached him a little bit on the Bay State Bandits back in the day, and even back then he had a lot of potential. He was kind of, him and Brett were standouts on that squad.
I mean, he also might be a little frustrated. I'm wondering. So they're put. So McGowan's out there. He will be the attacker on the D side, and they've been going with Kyle a little bit more than McGowan. McGowan's got some spins, and McGowan's good, man. You know, McGowan's been here for a long time, and I mean, I've seen him throw up 4 or 5 packs out there, different points over the years, different teams.
Let's see how he does this point.
But Kyle's probably also a little frustrated that he's not the one to be out there on the attack.
Yeah, Mike does get out to D1.
I think Boyum just got shot.
Yeah.
He has the look of a guy that just got shot.
Yeah, Boyum got shot. Snake got shot.
Oh,
Ironman down to 3.
He didn't shoot his gun, so no penalty.
Ironman down to 1.
God, they're just getting peeled off left and right here. Looking really good for the NXL Kings, though. This is a good look for the NXL Kings. So the NXL Kings it's been a frustrating year for them because they were getting really good. They lost some bodies, had to do a little roster roulette. Losing Betancourt, losing Connor Kelly, and then this year only 1 Sunday appearance. They're currently 9th overall, so middle of the pack, and they've just been right on the precipice of making Sunday at all those other events. 2 11th places and then a 12th. So if you take 11th or 12th, typically you're going 2-2 with a slightly negative point spread, which has then put you in that position where you're barely missing Sunday.
Yeah, and the Kings have a lot of things going their way. They have Charlie, who's a great leader, a great financier, great game planner. They're all young and athletic, and they've been together now. This is kind of their 2nd season. So they're really starting, they've got all these components, and they're starting to, if you can keep those guys together long enough, you can have a strong team.
I got a great Charlie Given story. So he's an engineer, and so this team originally started in the Czech Republic.
I remember.
Because he had to move there. So you probably heard this story before, but people out there maybe haven't.
Yeah.
So he moved to the Czech Republic and was working for an American company out there kind of during the collapse of communism. And so the dollar went a long way. And so he was out in this little village meeting up with some people that he was working with, and they went to this little bar, only bar in the village. And so he goes to the bar to buy some drinks for his new buddies, and he goes up and orders the round of beers, and it gives him a $100 bill. And they look at him like he pulled out a 5-pound gold brick. They're like, $100? Do you know how many beers that will buy?
We're not selling the bar.
Now?
We're not selling the bar.
And he asked him, he's like, well, how many beers would it buy? And the bartender's like, that $100 would pay for this entire village to drink all week long.
Well, let's
free.
go.
So he just put the $100 bill on the bar, slid it across. He's like,
Good
well,
job,
guess
Charlie.
what? Then the village is drinking for free for the rest of the week.
Good job, Charlie. I mean, you can come to Modesto.
So, little punt there. Wow, got some distance on it there, Carter.
Yeah, I'd give up playing paintball and start playing football immediately.
I mean, he doesn't quite have the size.
Oh, he loves kicking the pods.
Let's see, do another one. Oh, yeah, he's getting some distance out of that.
Pods. He hates pods.
Maybe Donaldson was a former punter in high school.
He's got the hips of a punter.
He's pretty fast. I mean, you don't have to be that big to play the punter.
You remember Kirk, my buddy Kirk?
Yeah, twice the size of Donaldson.
Yeah, punter.
He was a punter?
So grew up
looks
playing,
like a running back.
Yeah, so looks like a fullback. Yeah, so grew up playing soccer, And then, you know, as like a 250, 100, 260 pound athletic gentleman, he's like, you know, I can kick a ball real far. And they're like, well, you can put this helmet on. Let's go.
Yeah, Kurt looks like he could bench press a car. So jumping into this one here.
Oh, Donaldson with the heavy hopper hit. That was close.
Yeah,
got the penalty.
Yeah, again, this is similar situation. Ironmen do have a couple bodies alive to try to get the spread a little bit more respectable. 42 seconds left as Nick Sobiak sharking down the field. He's going to come through. Nick's going to run through. He's going to get 1. Nick's going to get 2.
Nice job, Nick.
He does get shot, though, but it's not going to matter because Al Fernandez is still alive. Al Fernandez is going to try to beat ML Kings into the buzzer.
He does. He gets it.
That was really close because the ML Kings had blown open that D side. So who is it going to be? Is it going to be... Oh... There's thumbs up from both sides, so both players were clean, but who got there first? I think Al maybe beat him by about a half a step.
Al, but I'm guessing they'll go to the camera.
Yeah, it was super close. Neither guy knew that that their opponents were also running for the buzzer at the same time.
Neither looked to their left.
Jordan, Al, Keith, Kyle. Are we running on this one? We are running on this one.
Then I'm going
You gotta run.
there. And then I'm going up.
Yes, I love it.
Out, and then I'm going to go up.
Kyle, can you go one more, baby? Can you go one more?
Yeah.
Hey, clean your head up. 30 seconds. Jordan. Hey, throw those fucking things away. Throw that away. Yeah, same.
Let's go, Pax.
It worked. Yeah, why not run it again? You don't have much time. You have a 4-point spread. So the answer is are we running? The answer is gonna be yeah. It's either that or we're just gonna let the spread be what it is. I think that was Jordan's question, you know. I mean, that is a legitimate question. Are we playing spread game right now, or are we trying to score this point?
Yeah. You want me staying alive? Or you want me killing? ML Kings taking the field there.
ML Kings sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, I'm happy that
about to go 2 and 1.
And it's nice to see that program. You know, they lost some players at the beginning of last season or the end of last season. Team kind of took a dive, look at a little sketch. Now they're kind of coming back right in the ship and going back in the up direction. I like to see that.
Well, it's a team it's been fun to watch the ML Kings for the past couple seasons.
For sure, especially a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Real fun to watch.
Yeah, a couple seasons ago, they were the fastest team in the league, and they had made a bunch of Sundays in a row.
Yeah, they looked like Dynasty 35 years ago.
So here's the replay. Who's going to get there first? Yeah, so Al, that is super close. I mean, yeah, it looks like Al beat him by about a quarter of a step.
Tie goes to the Al.
Well, he had his hand pressing down just as the ML Kings was starting his descent of his palm.
So I'm going to try to go through the middle, get caught.
Oh, God, getting obliterated. But, hey, you got to draw the guns.
Yeah. Al taking the walk. Clay trying to get outside, getting caught. Ironman down to, no, I think it's Boehm maybe still alive in the center there. Only 2 ML Kings player left alive. Bless you. Boehm goes, gets 1, does not get the other. Navarro's still alive for ML Kings.
So that is going to do it here. Final score looking to be 7-3 in favor of the ML Kings. So again, 2-1 now and a real big positive point spread for them. So, I mean, even if they lose their next game, they're not going to want to do that. They'd love to go 3-1 and easily make it into Sunday, but they have such a big positive point spread with that because they kept that loss against Energy Elite so close, that 1-point loss. They're looking pretty. So coming up next, though, very interesting match. Hurricanes did not look good yesterday in their loss against Notorious, and they're playing Red Legion. So, and then also Impact, Impact and Energy Elite here taking the field on center court. 2023 NXL World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall here with Rich Telford on Go Sports. We'll be right back.
Let's turn it up. Play tighter, play together.
The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. A win here, and your team becomes a legend forever. Through 4 events in 2022, only 2 teams have won a tournament. Leading the pack is San Diego Dynasty, who took the first 2. After 20 years of precedent-setting greatness, they are still the best and most consistent team in the game. A win this weekend will make it 4 World Championships in a row for the Dragon. But Tampa Bay Damage's tactical brilliance and Jacob Edwards' one-on-one ability has put them right on Dynasty's heels. Without a doubt, this veteran squad has the momentum after winning the last 2 in Philly and Chicago. These are the odds-on favorites, but the field contains other squads who could see the view from the top of the podium. Former world champs Houston Heat and San Antonio X Factor's all-star rosters are dialed, and both teams have been to the finals this season. Impact, Infamous, AC Diesel, and Red Legion, all experienced crews who have redemption on their minds as this season has been filled with mostly frustration. New York Extreme and the New Orleans Hurricanes are both talented, up-and-coming dark horse squads whose skill and tenacity have teared up in 2022, and they both could go deep on Sunday. The Toulouse Tauntauns are looking to prove themselves stateside after winning the European Series, and they will be joined by rival Stockholm Joy Division, Poland's Verst Factory, and the Lucky 15s from Great Britain. The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion.
Houston Heat, the most consistent team in paintball. Second at the last event, second overall. Houston Heat overdue for another victory. Blazing up that D side, Ryan Moorhead trying to make something happen. Ryan Moorhead's throwing haymakers over there, bro. Tyler Harmon just threading through, getting creative, just brutalized his way through the snake. Fedorov with a little, wow. Is that a 4-pack for Fedorov to close? Yep. Konstantin Fedorov by first-degree murder over there on the D side, along with his compatriot, Mishka Kiesnev. Shot here from Mishka Kiesnev, so Mishka Kiesnev's going to play the hero here for Houston Heat. And that is why it's so important for Houston Heat to have Mishka. Mishka's so consistent, and his team always seems to be able to count on him to come through in those clutch moments. Gets shot by Chad George. Chad George doing Chad George things right there, and now he owns the snake. Can Houston Heat do it again? They've done it multiple. 10 seconds on the clock here. Houston Heat with a full court press up the center. It's going to be Ryan Moorhead first to go. Connor Kelly gets diced up. They lose Ryan Moorhead. They lose Tyler Harmon as well, too, and that is going to do it. San Diego Dynasty, the best team in the world. They have won over half of the events in the past 2.5 years. They're trying to win 4 events in a row and make some history. Archie gets the coast-to-coast shot. What a beautiful job. Oh, Chris Shear just shot 4 bodies. Chris Shear putting the team on his back a bit on that D side with a couple beautiful moves. Blake and Arturo throwing a wrecking ball. Blake Yarber up the center. Arturo still alive. He pops the top, and he does get the drop in. So the combo of Archie and Mikey absolutely lethal. Mikey Urena, again, just a bully over here on the snake side for San Diego Dynasty. Harrison Fry's going to run through, get a 2-pack. Nice job by Harrison Fry.
Here goes Oliver Lang.
Oliver Lang on a launch. He's going to get 1. It's Oliver with a little 2-pack run through here for Oliver Lang. If you beat Dynasty at this point, you're the favorite. Like, straight up. There's
now
no
you're
way
the
to
best
call.
team in the world.
You have to call. They knock San Diego Dynasty out of this tournament. Dynasty will not be winning 4 events in a row. And we got ourselves 2 new teams in the finals. Damage is a team. They won Texas last year. They took 2nd place at World Cup, 2nd place at the first event. Coming into 2023, Damage was thinking, okay, we're going to take down Dynasty. That's our goal.
Even though they're amazing gunfighters, their teamwork doubles up their ability.
Tampa Bay Damage goes heavy guns up. So Rainey's going to come over and dunk on Connor Kelly, and Rainey Stanzik so creative and lethal.
After Keith picked him up, I think he put a ball on him.
Unbelievable shot from Keith Brown. Damage is dictating the pace of the action here. They've had so many contributions like Keith, Chad, the Edwards brothers, Rainey. It's kind of been a full team effort here for Tampa Bay, which is best case scenario for them. Then they shoot Colt Roberts out of that back center. Jason Edwards does get the shot in on TJ, but it's going to be 1-on-1. So Jacob's going out for sure.
Oh, Tom just got shot.
Oh, and Jacob Edwards does it again. Plays the hero yet again.
I hit the shot. We did that as a team, boys. That was a team. 100%. Hey! When we played our potential, nobody can handle us.
Big question with the Extreme is, like, how legit are they, right? I mean, are they ready to win a tournament? And yeah, they have a lot of experience in the prelims in the pro division. Yeah. But that is a completely different thing than the Sunday pressure when you're playing the top half of the league.
100%. Oh, finally meter goes and somebody catches him.
Great zone control from New York Extreme. I mean, they're just putting paintballs in the right place at the right time here. Oh, and saw the ball break off the top of his loader. Josh Taylor to take the 1-on-1 victory. We're just talking about how good he's getting. Oh, and he gets absolutely obliterated by Pat Crasso. Pat Kraft keeps his head on a swivel and saves the point. I keep seeing this out of New York, though, right? Like even when they go down, they're not freaking out on each other. They'll fight and scrap and get back in matches. They're looking really composed.
They're becoming more and more mature every event, right?
So the Cinderella story here for New York Extreme, not going to work out here, but they still look really good. Extreme just saw some flaws in what they were working with out there.
This year, Dynasty was knocked out of the tournament before making it to the finals at the NXL Mid-Atlantic Major in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania by the long-standing powerhouse San Antonio X Factor. Dynasty not making it to the finals was quite surprising, as their performance this year and in previous years has been nothing but dominant, winning over half of the events in the previous 2.5 seasons. Taking down the Dragon was no simple feat, but a combination of punishing snakeside mistakes, executing decisive run-throughs, and scoring insane clutch kills, including a game-saving bounce shot, ultimately led to the best kids in Texas winning the match. To describe the match between these two as anything other than close would be a disservice to the series. So let's take a look at what X Factor did that led to Dynasty's downfall. In point 1, X Factor's Billy Bernaccia gets to the snake off break and makes an excellent read on Dynasty's Harrison Fry, who accidentally bumped the bunker he and Billy were playing. Billy then digs Fry out of the snake in an unequal trade and wins the point shortly after. Dynasty answers back in point 2 by getting Mike Urey.
Welcome back. 2023 NXL World Cup. Going down center court, Hurricanes taking on Red Legion. Everton Impact taking the field to play Energy Elite. I'm Matty Marshall, blessed to have paintball legend Thomas Taylor from Infamous with a nice little win in that first match against Notorious. They're looking pretty good. To help us call this set, also paintball legend Rich Telford. So, Thomas, Hurricanes, Legion, what do you think about this one? Because the Hurricanes got off to a terrible start yesterday with that loss to Notorious.
Yeah, you know, I think Hurricanes got caught off guard. Didn't know how to regroup in there, but I think they're actually going to do really well in this match. Just the style that Russians were playing and the style they play, this should be a close one.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Hurricanes, I talked to Mike Bianca. They definitely had a real solid meeting to figure out what they did wrong. One of the biggest things they did wrong was get 4 penalties. They had 3 penalties all year, and they got 4 in one match.
Well, with their style of play and playing that pocket, you do not want penalties. That's a death wish.
Yeah, on this field, if you lose the outside guys or if you get a penalty, you're in a tough spot. You're not going to win a lot of 3-on-5s out here.
Oh, they get a kill off the right, Rich.
Red Legion taking the walk early, 4-on-5 advantage here for the Hurricanes.
Well, Sergey's going to scamper up to get to the lay-down door, and then here comes Malloy to fill out, taking over for Kuzman.
Yeah, slightly different look here. Red Legion with 2 attackers at the center of the field. Hurricanes with 5 guys inside the pocket, not going forward, not going outside. They do make a move from the Landry Logistics to the snake insert box.
When you're seeing a lot more of this now, Rich, it's already evolving to people trying to find 2 middle bunkers to cross it up, right?
Yep.
Whether it be the wedge or the little brick, 2 wedges, you know, the tower. Like, people are just trying to figure out how to
2 bunkers.
Yeah, really.
And 2 bunkers.
Well, Thomas, you know, you guys went up, and then you went to, and you can see here on our screen with our telestration, you guys went hardcore, hey, 5 alive, come get us. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't take you out of your spots.
Absolutely not. Hurricanes making a little mistake here, though. With 5 alive, they only had 1 dude shooting at Malloy, and you could not let that crafty vet get out wide. So I think that was a big mistake on their part there. Yeah. But yes, I mean, this is a field where if you score that first point, you can make it real hard for anyone to ever score again.
Yeah, first point and second points in these matches are going to be crucial.
So Sergey up into that 50 in the center of the field. You can see here on your screen. So, and yeah, Malloy out wide, man. Malloy, did you see that 1-on-2 that Malloy pulled off yesterday, Thomas?
Against us, yes, I watched it.
Did you see it? Were you watching?
I still feel a little sick to my stomach about it, actually.
So,
I totally forgot that was against you guys.
How scared were those 2 guys that Malloy was out there? Because they both were hiding really well.
Well, Nate didn't have a gun, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now
that makes
Nate
a lot
wants
more
gun.
sense.
Now Nate wants a gun.
Well, I mean, he could get balls, but he had to reach in and, like, cone 1 or 2 at a time. But I feel like if Nate had run this way.
Yeah, just get out of the stack, right?
Hey, look at this. Double moves up the middle like we talked about. Both wedges. Russians are in there. They got a kill now. 4-on-4. Oh,
yeah. Oh, another one, Matty.
Yeah, Daniel Camp taking the walk here for the Hurricanes, and they are tucked back in the pocket with Legion with 2 attackers up that gut, that middle of the field. And we've kind of seen this. You know, the strategy has gone back and forth because if you're attacking up the center, people have to put pressure that way. It can open up things on the side, and then what's the score at that point in time? So but it's looking good right now for Legion.
And like you always say, Marty, if you're going to play defense, you got to stay alive and you got to make your shots. The Hurricanes are not staying alive and they're not making the shots. Red Legions have gotten Malloy into the snake now, 2 attackers in the center of the field. They do lose Sergey, but it's a 3-on-1 advantage for the Red Legion.
Yeah, Sergey traded out with that second to last body, so it's just Nick Ripple, and there's not much he can do. And in fact, Mike Bianca has seen enough. He's going to towel that to preserve that time because he knows Legion's now going to be going up by 1. So yeah, Hurricanes just again
still struggling with the same thing they struggled with yesterday. I mean, they look exactly the same. They have 5 guys in the pocket. They actually had the first kill, but yet the other pocket is advancing against them and creating more pressure, and then they're letting guys fill out. So it's like, oh, look inside because someone's pressure. Oh, then we let them fill outside, and they're playing reactionary paintball, which is not their normal style.
Thomas, that's a good point. I mean, ideally, when you're playing well, you're the one dictating the pace and the action in the game, and your opponents are reacting to you. That's when things are going well. Now, obviously, it gets very chaotic occasionally. It's not always going to work every single point, but at least they didn't get a penalty in that one because that was their Achilles heel in the first one.
Step forward for them.
But yeah, still not getting off to a great start here, but only down 1, a lot of time left. Well, and then now we're seeing Edmonton Impact take the field here to play Energy Elite. And Rich, we talked about how well the snake package looked for Energy Elite yesterday with Bowen and Geiger. But they're losing a body here off the break. But they shoot 2.
Their whole snake side off the break and shooting 1. So you don't want to go 2 for 1 there.
No, and again, that's part of that winning that package, right? If you can get kills on this side and you get your guys out here live, Geiger and Bowen are going to have an advantage every time, right?
Yeah, so and sure enough, they're at the 50-yard line. Didn't have anyone in front of them with those nice off-the-break shots and ripping lanes inside.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Impact's back center is shot in his foot, but it's now into the bunker, so we'll call it good.
Impact down to 3 players left alive, 2.5 if you count the back center guy who's cheating.
And but he did just shoot the Laval just shot the 50 snake wrapping. So now we have a 3-on-4.
And what I don't like there, Thomas, and what I did like yesterday was Geiger was following up this Bowen in the snake. So if Bowen got shot out, Geiger was right there. If they went to run Bowen, Geiger was right there.
Just think if Geiger had just gone to the God, he would have destroyed Laval shooting 100%. Him, and then they're still up 3-on-2 and he's wide.
Yeah, and it's so much easier to get into the snake when you already have a guy in the snake, right? When you lose that guy and there's a lot of real estate between you and that guy, you have a lot of opportunities to get killed against a good team. Impact now moving to the center of the field, I believe, with Brandon Cornell. Geiger sees that, gets out to the corner, makes a great fill into the snake. Brandon does see him go in there. Hopefully Geiger didn't rush that. He has a little Geiger gets the kill there.
Yeah, shoots Laval. Here comes Brandon Cornell with a big read and react and gets all the way across clean. And they're going to do battle here down this sideline in the snake as Geiger's going to dip into the cut inside and post up and then actually look inside.
Yeah, Brandon gets him. The guy goes inside. He's got to take care of his mirror before he goes inside like that.
So Brandon Cornell feasting here, turn the tables on this snake side, which they had completely lost here, Thomas.
Completely lost. I mean, Cornell's having a point right now.
Yeah, it was a 3-on-5, and now Impact's going to win this point in a 2-on-1 Impact advantage.
That was a real good point from Brandon Cornell. Had to come all the way over here, get a couple kills, and
still got that hit on his foot from back center. It only counts, Dalton, if the referee sees it. You're good. Is it just dragging his feet into the station?
Don't hit the button. Oh, now he looked at it. He's like,
let Brandon hit the buzzer, Dalton. What are you doing?
Did I get that all off my foot? He's like, let me show the ref my pod. Make him think.
He's like, hey, can you look at this? Hey, dude, Jedi mind trick him, Dalton.
Don't look at my foot.
Jedi mind trick him.
Oh, he got most of it off.
It would be so funny if the referee's like, yeah, man, you got shut your foot back there. That's a heater.
The foot's is just a suggestion. It's like, hey, just check, barrel hits and foot hits. Just tuck all those in.
Oh, yeah, I'm a little too high. Hey, listen, but that's not why Impact won that. Whether Dalton was hitting his foot or not, everybody that's listening, we're just joking around. Dalton's a phenomenal paintball player. Impact won that because NRG didn't simply follow their snake player up and capitalize on the win.
Yep. They shot 3 guys on the snake side and let Brandon Cornell go through and win the snake side. He was literally the unreal. 4th guy on the snake side.
As a coach, that has to be the most frustrating thing in the world.
We're looking at Brandon Cornell, one of the heroes in that last point here for Edmonton Impact. Great move. There's $500 at stake in the prelims, courtesy of Pate Smith Law, for best individual performance in a point. And I don't know if you heard yet, but he's putting up $5,000.
I did hear that, and I know who has the best prelim move so far.
Who do you think?
It's Sunday.
Sam Silver.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sam's not even close. He had a 5-pack, and he won a 4-on-1.
Yeah, I mean, brother, it's on the list.
Okay.
Here, look.
He shot all 5.
See this?
And won a 4-on-1.
See the triple stars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Dropping 1 on the break, 5 alive.
Sorry, Rich, I was looking down at Matt's thing. Did he do the up and over, or did he go straight at it?
Straight at it.
Straight at it, okay.
Well, he was going up and over, but he was only in the straight at it. Oh, Malloy gets caught going as well, so 5-on-3 advantage for the Hurricanes. Exactly what
Hurricanes like that, right? They use the cross can or this cross tower and just shooting into the gap, hoping someone jumps through it, and Malloy took the bait.
And that's what you're going to see on Sunday. You're going to see the 2 cans hot, the 2 towers hot. Everyone's going to be crossed up.
The two guys in the booth hot. I mean,
so hot.
Oh, thank you. Never get that these days.
Hey, dude, this just keeps happening. How are we letting him tail out?
Terrible containment. We see point and point again. Red Legion able to get out to the corner, even though they're down 2 bodies here. Hurricanes trying to release to the center of the field. Still haven't got out on either tape. Red Legion now getting to the Dorito 1. So Dorito 1 snake corner, logistics tower for the Red Legion. Hurricanes in the 2 cans, Snake and Dorito, the Dorito tower, and then 2 wings in the center, the Snake side tower, and the center wing.
And now we're taking a look here at Red Legion over on that D side in D1, totally focusing his gun towards those 2 Hurricane bodies in the middle of the field. Yeah, Karzlev not even checking off on this D side. He's just ripping his gun. But he's just going to go right across that gap and into D2. You can see it, the way that D side, they're just tuning in. The bunkers tear out. So ideally you want to be in D3.
Well, in down body situation, Matt, that D2 is like the best bunker on this field. You can't really shoot the guy, and he can shoot everything on this side.
I was going to say, it's also real good super early in the match. If you get there before they get out to the Snakes insert,
no one's going through the middle, that's for sure.
Yeah, the corner is shut down. That one bunker can shut down 2 out of 3.
So let's talk about this, boys. Hurricanes, one of the best lockdown teams this year. Once again, 5-on-3. Let's Russians come from the pocket to the Dorito snake corner and the 200, or Dorito 2, whatever you're calling it, and puts themselves back in the game.
Like, I think you talked about earlier, I don't think they quite understand how to play this field yet. They don't understand the containment on the field. And they don't understand the sequencing.
And here comes Sergey. Sergey dips into the snake, and he's going to crawl right to snake 2.
Yeah, and no one's looking at him, right? He can go right there and get 3 kills.
All a snake player on the field.
Karzlev does get eaten up there.
Rope this guy.
Yeah, so Karzlev just traded actually with Bell on the D side.
4-on-2 advantage here for the Hurricanes.
Sergey looks inside. He's going to just
Sergey looks inside. He's going to get some kills.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't. He missed the cross shot on the Dorito.
But he shot the can.
Yeah, Sergey's got 2 guys on the Dorito side that he's got to contend with. 2-on-2 now.
If he head checks inside.
They both know where he's at.
He does have Kirill behind him, too. So they're going to tactically retreat here to try to put an angle on Sergey.
Oh, he doesn't see the reposition. Guy goes to the can and gets him. Great move. 2-on-1. The other player for the Russian Legion should have got engaged in that game when it was a 2-on-2.
Well, Hurricanes on the board right now to tie it up, so...
Yeah, if Kirill goes this way, that game's insta-over.
Yeah. I was waiting for that for about the last 30 seconds. I was
well, great move by Sergey.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Sergey. Wow.
And maybe Sergey gets more kills if Kirill goes that way and draws some guns that way.
He has to bring the guys have to rotate. They're living on the outside of those bunkers, 100%.
Right?
Now, awesome move by Sergey there, but you know what? Way to Hurricanes to retreat, get that kill. They almost tried to give that one away.
Yeah.
5-on-3, but they pulled it back.
In the pits right now with Legion. Always calm. We cut to pits often, and every time we cut to the Legion pit, regardless of the score, they're very stoic.
When you drink that much vodka, you don't have a lot of energy.
Let's get a look here at Brandon Cornell. So Justin Cornell yesterday was one of the big players over on the D side, but this is Brandon Cornell, who's coming over here to save the point for Edmonton Impact. Made the big fill all the way across, gets that kill, stops at the 50. Just well executed, and then Dalton was still alive behind him. But yeah, Brandon Cornell's been, look, that's a team full of stars, and he plays the lion's share of the points.
Right. He's earned it. Energy might be losing their god player off the break. Impact making it to snake corner, and then both teams quickly moving up the middle.
5 alive for both teams, Thomas. Impact has snake corner, slight advantage there.
Well, Impact could do something right now. Energy has 4 guns shooting snake.
Yeah, only 1 shooting back center. That's the back center shooting D side. Now the D side can't switch that way.
Still 5-on-5 break. Relatively rare 5-on-5 break. We have seen,
right?
It's getting a little bit more often, but it was pretty brutal off the break yesterday.
Well, and the less that teams go outside, the more that the guns get drawn up the middle, right? So if you're not going to go snake on the side and Doritos, there's no reason to have those extra guns going outside. So you start putting those guns up the middle, and man, that's when you can shoot 2 or 3 guys on the break.
Yeah, I mean, like yesterday, Rich Shelfer was making fun of me on the webcast. I heard it from getting shot out of the back center.
Yeah.
First 3 points, I'm just murdering their snakes right off the break. They never once shot back, and then all of a sudden they went short and shot double guns back.
So disrespectful. So disrespectful.
Wait, Rich was giving it to you? That never happens.
No, not
like over the past
for like
25 years.
23-ish years.
Hey, it's about consistency, guys.
Impact making a move up in the middle, following their guy up, and NRG getting out wide, over slides, but it's still alive here.
No, he got eaten up on his engagement.
Yeah, he got there live, but then got caught with the first look.
If he had just hit, he would have been fine since he got through.
And it's a great move because then that would allow his God just to go into the snake unseen. It would just yeah.
Looks like Zupa crawls from that snake 1 to snake 3, goes forward to the snake 50.
And doesn't have to worry about Geiger down the sideline, so he can just live on that side of the bunker. He's going to post up inside, though, get a head check, see if he gets any free kills in.
And he's just going to need to get outside for that snake insert to snake 1. But Impact's got Fuzzy in the lay-down brick inside the snake, shooting that bounce shot off the beam right back into him. Makes it hard to do that. Impact still with 2 players in the back, 1 back center, 1 Dorito can.
Energy with a nice fill out to the Dorito corner.
Crucial. It's one of those things where you want to get out there early, though, right? If you get out there too late, it doesn't really do you any good to get out there because they've already made the positions in the center. They've already made the positions outside the snake side.
All it does is kind of stop the bleeding. Hopefully, then you're in a spot where someone makes a mistake.
It gets you a spot where you can stay alive for longer.
Yeah,
right?
I mean that can's rough, dude.
Yeah, both of those cans are rough.
Oh, and he gets caught going across.
He does get caught going out. And he tries to hide it.
He tries to say his pack.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the pack also.
Pack and shoulder, yeah.
He
hit the whole shoulder.
He did good.
4 on 4 now, all tied up out here.
Impact up in the 200, though, or the Dorito 2.
Man, that logistics tower for Energy's getting a lot of pressure. Energy gets to D2.
Wow, nice move by the Energy Dorito player.
Oh, unfortunately, they lose Bowen as their snake insert guy. So
yeah,
3 on 4
that's a tough depth. That's going to allow Jackson to release and get up here with Zupa at the 50-yard line in the middle and then sharking down the field right now. Impact is just peeling off these Energy Elite bodies, trying to close this point out and take a 2-point lead as we're under 10 minutes to play, 9:36 on the clock. Good communication cross field right now for Impact.
3-on-1 advantage for Impact. Impact winning this point pretty easily.
Yeah, so far Energy Elite does not have an answer here for Impact. Points have been relatively close, a little long. That's why we've only played 2 points in about 6 minutes.
But we think it's really going to speed up come Sunday. I mean, we think Sunday people are just going to be kind of recklessly abandoning, flying down the field for second points into the match.
I will say our match was, fairly slow. And then the next match, I think there was like 18 points played in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, your game against what, First?
No, today.
Today?
After our match got done, it was like 15 minutes before we went shook hands.
Yeah.
Ironmen and the NXL Kings. I had time to go back to the booth, get changed, de-gear, drink some coffee, and we were still waiting for the match to end. I got out there, shake hands. Nick's like, "Did you play?" I'm like, "Yeah, our match ended 25 minutes ago, bro."
Before earlier.
Like, all these guys are still sweating. I'm trying to get this off. Don't you know it's hot out here?
Yeah,
like,
it's going to get humid today.
I'm supposed to go sit up there with Matt and them. Like,
and this is a heat box.
There's going to be no time for this. Like, he's like looking at me all funny. I'm like, "No, you seriously been playing for 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Just dragging your feet out there, kid."
Yeah.
Well, sometimes when we have, we have a pretty solid crew that's been working this gig for a while, but every now and then we'll filter in a new cameraman. He's like, "Oh, the points are going fast today. That means like we're going to have like be on schedule." I'm like, "No, dude, fast points means slow day. It's when the points go long, that's when we stay on schedule."
Absolutely. Right, Hurricanes 5 guns up off the break, Russians 4 guns up and taking the 300, Matt.
That's a huge bite. But again, we talked about this as Sergey dies, but that's the ebb and the flow, the pendulum swing, and the strategy and the tactics, right, Thomas? Because, you come back in the pits and your coach is trying to figure this out. It's like, okay, well, where can I send a guy if I'm going to make a risk that actually could produce a reward based on where the guns are?
It was a great risk, Matt. The 300 instantly shoots the snake can. Now Hurricanes are stuck in the pocket. He's up in the 400. This should be a fast point.
Yeah, Karslev loves to do this. I mean, he's so good. When he's on, he's one of the best in the business on that D side.
And the mistake that Red Legion is making here is not following up their attacker on the D side, right? If you've got someone in the 50 Dorito side, you should use that to get out into that Dorito 2 key position, so that if you lose that guy, you don't lose all that real estate. I don't know how to translate that into Russian, but when you can do that, I appreciate it.
Well, I think what's happening here is they lost Sergey. Sergey's supposed to look at Snake, so Malloy's taking over his job. So now they don't have that forward punch guy, right? And the back center is like, "Hey, I want to protect my Dorito guy." So it's just one of those things,
Or containment again from the Hurricanes, Thomas, letting the back center guy filter the can, now to the Snake 1, as Hurricanes drop 2 more bodies from that penetration on the D side from the Red Legion.
Yeah, Karslev's going off over there right now. Another body coming off for the Hurricanes as they try out to fill out to D1, which puts, I believe, Camp in a really tough spot as the only player left alive in the Landry Logistics tower.
The Hurricanes are kind of winning the breakouts, Matty, but it doesn't seem like they know what to do after the breakout, right? They seem like they have a good understanding of what to do, but they're not repositioning, so they're unable to catch the Red Legion from attacking on either tape. No containment.
Yeah, it's in this one, that 300 or the Dorito 3 instantly shoots their can. And, I mean, I guess I like the fact that he didn't just jump out here and get shot again, but that double home, you're going to lose the game.
you're on a ticking clock, right?
Absolutely.
You're sitting on a time bomb.
Yesterday we were saying maybe 30% of the time guys were getting dinked out of there, doubling it up, but it's starting to get worse.
Yeah. That
doubling
bunker's
up the
getting
home.
smaller.
I think it was our first point over here. Like, I literally had to just lay against it flat. They're like, why are you doing that? I'm like, well, they're wrapping that thing.
Yeah.
They're shooting inside from this thing.
Do you want me to die or not? You want me to stay alive? What do you want me to do?
I was like, there is nothing I can do. And Brett's a pretty big guy.
Corey said the same thing.
Brett's not small.
Yeah,
guys.
Corey from New York said the same thing. He was hanging way out on the. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you trying to die? He's like, this guy's shooting the bounce shot. This guy's shooting the containment. I'm just trying to live.
All right, look at this. Impact five guns up and going right to the center 50.
I like that. I like that little aggressiveness out of them early. Like
trying to match him. Looking to go get the trade.
Both teams with 5 alive here. NRG with both snake cans, back center, Dorito 1, and the center wing. Impact with back 3, both cans, back center, logistics tower, and then that center 50 wing that's on the D side. He's looking to cut down anyone going snake way. Which makes sense because NRG had a lot of point production out of their snake package yesterday. Geiger and Bone were over here handling biz.
We talked at the start of today that yesterday, as far as who looked the best yesterday, man, I mean, it's hard to find a better combo on the snake side than Bowen and Geiger.
Impact now fills into that snake brick that looks D side. There's a huge gap there between the Dorito 1 and the Dorito 2.
And now he's just in a perfect position. No one's ever going to get his 50
yeah, he's
Dorito.
Protecting his 50 Dorito. Yeah. Great repositioning. Now they're in the snake insert. No pressure on Impact at all here. Up by a couple points, 5 alive, got to their primary bunkers.
Impact dips out of that back center to give JC a little more
game
support.
Plans, having those 2 in the middle, Matt, allows everybody else to start playing paintball.
Yeah.
They're protecting the whole field and each other at the same time.
Well, and I love to see that because they could have just gone to what we're calling the arrowhead. You know, because if you look at it from the eye in the sky, you take all those safe spots, take a little bit of ground in the center, but they really progressed up the middle of the field. That means that Impact's starting to feel the ebb and the flow of where those guns are being shifted as they have 5 bodies alive in really good spots right now.
Impact loses Geiger in the snake insert. Sorry, Stuart fills out. Sorry, Thomas.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say that they got that kill and immediately played off of it, jumped into the snake, right?
Yeah, and then Cornell's now at the 50-yard line here on your screen. You can see Brandon Cornell's been at that 50 since the beginning of this game. And they're trying to shoot the bounce shot on Cornell, but since there's no one down the snake line on the sideline, he can wrap around and stay alive right here.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that they put Bowen, their best offensive guy, snake side, in the center of the field, kind of playing defensively there, because then they don't have any offense on this side of the field.
There's not one of those shots that they're trying on that bounce shot that came through that angle, though. It's just a bunch of shell and spray. Oh, so Devin Stewart yelling over here to try to get a call.
He runs out, catches his guy, but also gets shot at the same time.
Yeah, so trade as Devin shoots.
4-on-1 advantage here for Impact.
4-on-2.
Sorry, 4-on-2.
Yeah, Dorito 1, Dorito 2 for NRG.
Yeah.
Yeah, down to 6.5 minutes left to go in this one. So
Buffton moving from the Dorito 1 into the Dorito can. He's going to look to try to fill snake side.
Yeah, so Impact has a big advantage in this one. And with the 2 points, the real estate, and the body count, it's going to become do or die time here. As Energy Elite probably going to be going down 3. Just if I'm Impact, slow play this one. You know, try to win this one. I mean, they had a big score in their game yesterday against the Ironmen, blowing them out. So putting up some points in that one.
They only play 1 yesterday.
Yeah.
I always forget who plays the 2-1, 1-2, 2-1, 1-1, 1-2, whatever it is.
Good comms for both teams. Impact just trying to dig these last 2 Energy players out. Energy just trying to protect their margin, apparently, by not conceding this point, because the chance of them pulling out this 2-on-4 is very slim. Although Buffton makes a good fill. Originally was in D1, has now got himself all the way into the snake side cam, but does get eliminated once he gets there.
Well, this is when we got to start talking margin here, because sure enough, what we just discussed, exactly that's what happened. So Impact now goes up by 3. There's 5 minutes and 45 seconds left. Both these teams only played 1 game yesterday. Both got a win. But Energy Elite's win was by 1 point. And Impact blew the Ironman off the field, essentially. So, you know, Impact now sitting with possibly going 2-2 with a +9 as it stands now. That's looking really good. So, again, with 2 more to play. Now, their next game is going to be against Joy Division. But Energy Elite really needs to start thinking about spread, because they have a win on the board.
Right.
So if they want to progress in this tournament, then they really can't take a blowout loss here, because they'll be sitting at 1-1 with still a drastic negative point margin.
Yeah, and with no wild cards, every single point matters. Like, we were trying to score that last point against Notorious, we missed it by like 2 seconds. Like, we wanted that point.
Yeah.
I know, obviously we wanted to absorb their shots and then try to get it, but like, Dude, you want that point?
No, you guys played it smart. And
Pod
yeah,
guy's still out on the field just walking around like there's nothing going on.
Tiger 1 pod guy?
Tiger 1 pod guy.
Actually, Hurricanes losing their Dorito Tower player off the break.
But also getting to Snake 3, Thomas.
Oh, nice.
So 4 on 3, 4
and he's going to get a free kill right here, Rich, up the middle. Did he miss it?
He did. He was not shooting his gun. He was watching
Oh,
the
my
position.
Atlanta. What a waste.
A little bit frustrating there. Oh, and the Red Legion player does come out.
He does come out, okay. I thought he missed him for a second. I was like, no. 4 on 4, Rich?
4 on 4, Thomas. Hurricanes move a second guy into the snake insert. So Hurricanes with 3 guys snake side.
Yeah, Legion matching, trying to match on the snake at least, getting to the snake 1. Ripple for Hurricanes at snake 2 and has a back player. Legion going to dip out and get Kuzman, a.k.a. the Tiger King, outside D2.
Yeah.
Or snake 2. Yeah, are they going to have the gunfight down the sideline?
Well, they did for a second, and they both decided it wasn't worth it. I was watching. I was wanting it. I love
Sergey
that
getting shot under the bunker there. He was pushing it so far forward that it exposed his foot and leg.
Was that Ripple with that kill?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So Ripple clocking in here.
Very creative, over the top there, getting the kill on Sergey, now moving forward.
Ripple also staying alive from a stream crossfield and then yelling the codes crossfield to let them know they're in D3.
3 on 4 advantage here for the Hurricanes. Hurricanes with 3 players snake side, 1 player D side.
Tactical retreat for Legion on that D side, back to D2. A little bit more defensible position. Kuzman ripping a lane towards that 50-yard line on the D side. Oh, and he catches him. That's a 3. That's a tough death for the Hurricanes over there.
Oh, and Ridgel gets shot over the top on his hopper.
Traded,
yes.
Yeah, traded with Kuzman, and he shot Nick Ripple, so Stuart Ridgel's still alive.
And slight advantage for Red Legion being outside on the D side, Matt.
And the snake side. They're wide on both tapes, so it helps them.
And Malloy's still alive, and as long as Malloy's ooh, maybe not for long, though. Might have caught a bouncer.
That might have been a lucky bounce there.
Yeah, it's a little more humid today than it was
That was
yesterday.
not. He got shot twice on those moves. Wow. And then the other player takes a walk, so Hurricanes pulling that one out, man.
They needed that one, so now tie game instead of a 2-point spread with probably about 5:35 left by the time he gets in there.
So Hurricanes are 1-1?
No, they're 0-1.
0-1.
Yeah, played one yesterday. Lost by a decent amount, too, so they're looking at a pretty dastardly, I want to say -5, -4, right around there.
They lost to us. No, not Hurricanes. Sorry, that was Notorious. Notorious beat them by a lot.
Yes, right? Yeah, that was it. Sorry, Notorious, yeah. So Notorious, I think, beat them by 4, right around 4 or 5. So they're in the pits right now. There's Coach Bianca. Let's listen in if we can. Don't have comms in there, but yeah, they look pretty calm here and hanging with Legion. This is already kind of they're in a must-win situation, though. You know, I mean, this is potentially this bracket. We talked about your guys' bracket yesterday. I don't know if you heard on the broadcast, but I think that's the bracket of death. Because when Verse beat Notorious, and then Notorious beat Hurricanes, with Hurricanes being the top seed, and then you guys beating the brakes off of Verse, like, well, what's going on here? This is now we did expect you guys to beat Verse.
Fair enough.
But this could be a really tough bracket. It just depends on how good Notorious and Verse are going to continue to be, and if the Hurricanes can step up.
Right. I have a life for both teams, guys.
Yeah,
and RG going back to what they're supposed to do, right? Attack the snake.
A little bit better break here for Impact as they wrist out wide, made it to D1, and a little bit of penetration with Matt Fuzzy Jackson getting up to the door. And then here comes a launch on a secondary up to the wedge. Here for Ebbets and Impact, so putting themselves in pretty solid initial positions with this 3-point lead. I like this. You know, they didn't just go with that arrowhead up the middle, super safe, take a little bit of ground, and with a big lead, try to just burn clock off right now. Again, they had a real big win yesterday, so sure, they'd love a couple more points. That would be great. They got 2 more games. Next game's against Joy Division at 11 o'clock Eastern time. What's up?
Who'd they play yesterday?
They played the Ironmen.
Okay.
It was 7-2, 8-2.
Hey, can I give a shout out to whoever's doing the shots and the dots?
That's me.
Tiff has been begging for it for like years, and she saw it this week and she's like, yeah, where's my royalties? Because this is awesome.
Yeah, Steve's killing
like,
it.
Tiff, you're not the only one. You're not the only one, baby. No, but this is really good because people at home, if you never watched this before, this is letting you understand paintball. While Energy loses their god player, but the snake can goes out to the corner, stops the bleeding there.
Yeah, it's our boy Steven down there. Yeah, GoSports trying to elevate stuff. That's what we're doing here.
I love it.
You know?
I love it.
Good job. Yeah, we got a cable cam, we got a drone shot, we got a telestrator.
There's a lot of technical stuff going on that you just don't know about.
Shout out to Darren Sesenia.
We're just up here doing it. Yeah, no, there's all kinds of things. We got guys underneath us right now doing crazy stuff, buddy.
Well, I approve of the craziness.
Me too.
So Yeah, Impact 4:05 to go, and it's going absolutely perfect for Edmonton Impact so far. I like the strategy that they brought to bear. They're executing nicely. They've been containing the aggression of Energy Elite. Yesterday, Energy Elite was kind of running over, doing most of what they wanted to do against NXL Kings.
Yeah, they definitely aren't capitalizing on what they should have learned yesterday. From what they did well yesterday, they're not able to do well today, and that could just be because they're playing against the Impact instead of the Kings.
And you notice that Energy Elite is not conceding this point, and they're going to let Edmonton Impact hit that buzzer just to burn a little bit of that clock off to keep the spread a little bit better, because it's looking bad.
The odds of making it in 2-2 are like
0.
You need the whole bracket to go 2-2 essentially, and then you got to make sure when you lost by 1. When you won, you brought the smack.
Yeah, and you have to win the key head-to-head matchup, whatever that ends up being.
Yeah, it's typically rough to make it in at 2-2 with any sort of negative or more. You basically need 2-2 with like a +2 normally at a normal event with wild cards. Now, I mean, it depends on how the rest of the bracket does, but if you're sitting 2-2 and you have any sort of negative or close to a negative point spread, yeah, man, sorry, your World Cup's going to be done most likely.
But thank you for coming. We enjoyed watching you play.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's such a hard one, too, when you think about just how tight everything is, We're watching I'm at the pool with the kids watching the Diesel match yesterday, and they end up losing that match. And you're like, man, your World Cup's already over.
Yeah,
that's rough. Sad. Day 1, and it's over. Like
I hadn't even thought about that. I thought about that last year, but you're right. Like, going in your second match.
Like, that's so hard.
Some of the best players in the world, and you're like, dude,
if we lose this, we're going home right now.
Did you see the meme with Mouse yesterday? That was pretty good. If you guys missed it, the meme is Mouse at home wiping his tears away with $1,000 bills, baby.
Let's listen in the pitch real quick on our 2-box.
If it's there, it's there. Do you guys understand that? Okay, let's do your play. On the read, guys, it's quick. If they go
$1,000 bill show.
Right to baby ripping this. We just need to have someone on a layer over the top. So if he's on the baby, you go to the can and you watch inside. If JC's alive, you go up in the center. You understand?
Yeah, tense moments here. Let's listen to the other pit real quick, because they're in a bad spot. Impact's in a good spot.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like they're losing, not winning. With Dave's intensity.
Well, I like it, though, because Dave's making sure we don't lose a fast point, basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
So look at this big move for the Russians into the 200.
They like that. They like the outside route over there on the D side, Toms. They like to go around and push up as far as they went. Last time they went 300, right?
Your coach has to be watching for that, man. The back center can shoot that guy 100% of the time.
100% of the time.
He knows he's going.
Yeah, so that's the audible you got to call in the box, right?
It's only free when he doesn't shoot it.
So tie ball game right now, 5 minutes to go. Double stack in the back center for Legion.
Yeah, I don't like that, man. They need to get out of there. It's just going to be too much heat.
Who did we have up here yesterday? I asked somebody, why would you stay in the back? Was it Ryan?
I think so.
Yeah, I was like, why would you stay in that back doubled up for a while? He's like, because sometimes there's just nowhere to go. If you can't go, you're not going to go double up the can. If you're doubling, if you already have the cans are hot, you're doubling at the back center, and you have somebody at the tower, you kind of don't really have a safe place to go right away.
I think Notorious is doing it one of the better ones. Did you guys do the same thing, where that guy just goes bypass and says, screw it, I'll bypass the tower and I'll go to this little brick, because the bricks, I mean, you have to crawl into their snake to shoot the brick, right, or whatever you call them, this little brick.
Yeah. That brick is very livable.
Fortress.
And I would double up either one of those cans or that tower long. I'd rather have a guy doubled up there than doubled up the back center.
Yeah, it's rough. Russians making a nice move out of the back center into the snake entry bunker, the God bunker.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to fight his way into the snake here. He's coming up over the top, puts the Landry Logistics bunker in and gets outside. Great move there from the Red Legion player. Snake one with Malloy behind him and Sergey inside him. Oh, they do lose their first attacker over there on the D side. Maybe Jason Burns over there. I can't see who that was. Or Krill, maybe. No.
D side? Karslev.
Yeah,
he's gotten almost, I think he's played every single
point. And that's because Hurricanes, slowly but surely, have left the can, got to the 100, Dorito 1, got to the Dorito 2. Then they put the pinch on the player in the Dorito 2, and they said, hey, we're going to pull this game back. It was really nice. It was a good movement by the Hurricanes.
And now they're in P3, Thomas, looking to go to that 50.
Oh, both teams making moves on both sides, Rich.
Yeah. Kuzman getting into Snake 2.
Really hit outside that bunker, though. Kind of showing everybody where his position is by pushing in that bunker. He's looking across the field, trying to get a kill over there, but what he really needs to do is focus on getting down his side of the field.
Yeah, he's trying to shoot that little gap, hoping that the Hurricanes player will come into their side.
Sergey goes in there and tries to plug the hole, but plugs it by getting shot. He's been going forward there into that 50 snake. That's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
He wants to try to wrap and put pressure on the snake side can, the back center, and the Landry Logistics tower.
Down to 3 minutes now here.
See if he can capitalize. Very close game here, guys. 2-2.
Yeah, Kuzman's in a good spot, but he's lost players behind him. Hurricane's still at full strength.
Yep. 5-on-4. Hurricanes are up. Tied game 2-2. This is what you want to watch. Oh, wait. Russians losing that one. I started.
Yeah, it's 5-on-3. Yeah.
Wow. I forgot Sergey died here.
Yeah, Malloy needs to get out of this can now and start to clock in so that he can help out.
Hurricanes committing in the middle to try to get the drop in on Kuzman.
And you do not have to rush this. No. You actually want to score this in another minute and a half.
Yeah,
because you have not been playing the best paintball. Just win by 1.
Yeah.
Malloy gets caught
you know
again.
what, though? If they win by 1, they're probably out of Sunday.
So that's what I was just, you took the words right out of my mouth. And I'm thinking, Hurricanes, yeah, they're playing Legions, and that's the other top team, or one of the other top teams in this. Well, that's the thing. It's Hurricanes' infamous Legion. That's a really tough bracket. So yes, Hurricanes now go up by 1. They got 2:23 left to go, but they need more points, to be honest, to be safe, because they took a decent beating against Notorious yesterday.
You said they lost by 4, right? I mean, that's huge.
I think it's 4. I could go back and check, but it was not good.
Anything past 2 right now in our bracket is bad.
It's tough.
Yeah. We lost by 1 and we weren't happy about it.
Yeah, they lost by 4. 7-3 was the score.
Energy's got to be frustrated here coming out. Down by 4 points. Playing so well yesterday, but really struggling out here today. Geiger, Bowen, Stewart, and the Bottom boys looks like it's the lineup.
Well, here, let's listen into the pits real quick.
223.
You know, hey, they're going to jump.
Yeah, so Impact a lot to a little here on the score. 4-0, 3:35 to go, and Impact going to double stack up, and they do get that kill outside wide as Energy trying to run wide. D1 not making it. They do take some ground in the middle here, Thomas.
Yeah, Impact went with that big 5 guns up. I mean, big, like all on that back line.
Fully committing to the shot.
Committing to a kill, getting 1. And you heard Dave in the pits like, listen, watch all these lanes, they're coming. Although they didn't stop the guy he talked about them shooting. But they did shoot one of the Drudo guys, which puts him in a great position.
Yeah, Nick Laval releasing up the center there to play defensively for Impact. He's going to play that center wing, looking snake side, trying to cut down any players filling snake side for Energy. Impact with 3 across the back, lands with Logistics Tower, and that center wing all crossed up.
Energy has to hope that Laval doesn't know he's there and tries to make a move. Well, that would be the one saving grace here.
Yeah, and if you look at the game plan for Energy here, it looks like kind of a defensive game plan, right? The guy in the center is not really in an offensive position. He didn't go to their side of the field. He waited at the 50. He's waiting to get kills as they attack Snake, but Impact may never attack the Snake here. Then they've got a guy in the can and the guy in the back, Stewart, still in the back center. Both kind of defensive positions. I understand the can. I don't really understand the back center. And then Energy also has D1, which is, again, a great position, but it's more of a defensive position than an offensive position.
Yeah, you know, it's hard. Energy doesn't want to lose any more points, man. Like you said, point spread. So you're like, what do you do? Do I just keep running at him?
And they risked it, right? Lost that body, and now you're in a situation where we can't go down 5 here, guys. We're losing this game. We made our attempt. There's 2 minutes left. They won their game yesterday. They'll be sitting at 1-1 with a -3 if it ends this way. It's most likely not going to, but
they're really just hoping Impact decides they want to score a point, and then a couple guys
run into guns, make mistakes.
Impact's like, oh hey, we want to pad our margins, so we'll push it. Although they don't need to. Stewart releasing from the back center to the Landry Logistics bunker for NRG. And he maybe gets that kill there on Zach.
Yeah, Zach gets his eye dotted coming off here.
Shoots his mirror.
4-on-4 now. Energy able to even up the game. Energy still in the pocket with Snake Hand, Logistics Tower, center 50. They have 1 player out D side to D1. Impact with all 4 players in the inside. D1 goes to D2 for NRG. Energy player proactively looking how to play the center. I think that's either Geiger or Bowen up there in the middle. It's Geiger, you can tell by the acceleration. He runs through, gets 1, gets shot, not a bad move. 3-on-3 now.
JC reads off of that and moves up into the insert bunker here, Snake side. Here comes Energy Elite. Kind of I think he got bounced on the top of his head because I don't see anything.
Stewart took a hard bouncer on the top of his head. Not sure what paint Impact is shooting, but you might want to put that one on the ice.
I did notice starting about 8:30 that it was more humid today than it was yesterday.
So much more humid, and the breeze was definitely better yesterday. I don't know if I can continue to work in these situations.
You can't go anywhere, sorry.
Someone fan my boy.
Oh, great fill there from the Snake Tower into the Snake Cannon to Snake 1.
He got his kill.
Oh, he stayed up too long. Did he not just get shot there? He did not get shot.
Great but he shot the 100 or the 3-1.
Killed that cross shot on the 1. Now he's got 2 in front of him.
Yeah, this is a decent little close here with 27 seconds left so far for Energy Elite. Can they complete it to claw back on this margin a bit? They're now on to Impact side of the field, both on the Snake. They got Bowen going in the Snake, and then also on that D side, Buffton is launched. He gets torched by
by Brandon Cornell. But Devin Stewart hits the afterburners to get in to hit that buzzer with 9 seconds left to go to make it 4-1.
Hey, no one likes to lose without scoring at least 1 point, right? A loss is a loss, but a goose egg is worse.
Like that 1 point might be the difference. They will roll their next 2 matches.
And if not for the margin, at least for the ego, right?
I'll take it.
So, yeah, now Energy Elite with 9 seconds left. Probably going to end with this score. It'll be 4-1, and that'll make them 1-1 with a -3. So they're going to have to step up in their next match and try to put up some points.
Russians only played 1 yesterday. Oh, sorry. Russians only played 1 yesterday, right? Or did they play 2? They beat us by 1 yesterday.
Legion.
I think they played 2 yesterday. Did they play 1?
I think they only played 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hurricanes.
If Hurricanes can win this, Russians will be 1-1 with a 0.
Yeah. Hurricanes with a big bite out that snake corner. I like that change up.
Russians losing there, though, right?
So Hurricanes shooting better lanes than the Hurricanes.
Well, it's good for the Hurricanes. They get Ripple out, and they shoot the wide. Oh, and they shoot Kirill up the middle, and they shoot Malloy. Wow, that is a huge break.
5-on-2 for Hurricanes. Big advantage here.
Like we said, point spread means a lot. So the Hurricanes push the envelope here, or do they try to run it down and just score 1 more?
Yeah, I think they try to push it.
Well, they push it. They trade out in the middle. I think with the loss they took against Notorious, I think they have to. I think they don't really have.
By 4,
4-on-1 advantage here for the Hurricanes. Thinking they might not know the count. They do. They think it's Tiger 3, but it's actually Tiger 4.
So Legion's going to spot him a point, concede it with 1:43 left. Yeah. So again, Legion with that 1 win yesterday. Yeah, Mark. It's always a fascinating part of the story to me is as you start counting those points and the margins as you move through your 4 games in the prelims, and it's a 3-day prelims out here.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit, Thomas, about mentally. Normally we have 2 days for the prelims. You get 2 games per day, either typically morning or afternoon set. But mentally, how difficult is it to stay that focused and composed and that up for that long, for 3 days, knowing you're only going to get 1 game on one of those days?
Honestly, it's pretty tough. Like, fortunately for us, the last few years we've had morning brackets, which you just wake up and you get your job done.
Morning's way better.
Nice, right? Because you can
not
just come in and do your job. Yeah, But when it's like afternoon and you're like, okay, well, so we don't play for 24 hours, and then it's 1 game tomorrow, but we want to get here and watch games, and you're like, it's just taxing, right? I mean, it's really taxing because you're like, well, you don't want to let off the gas because you don't want to miss something, but you're also like.
Miss something meaning that you missed a scouting opportunity.
Yeah, like, pick up man, we haven't done that, or what if they do this, or look at teams are evolving into this, and you always, you always have your set things, but you don't mind stealing a little of this every now and then, or borrowing a little bit of that.
I'll take anything that works.
Right. Well,
and I'll give you the credit for sure, but if it works, don't think I'm not taking it.
Right. So it's it's a long week, and this one particularly for us has been ridiculously long. I got in here last Wednesday, dude.
Oof, yeah.
We practice Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
I thought you guys lived here now.
Monday.
You're not living here?
I want to. So if anybody has a house that Taylor's can move into, because we can't afford our apartment in Oregon, I'd appreciate it.
Prices going up, huh?
Oh, it's only been up 24% in 1 year. It's not bad.
No big deal,
right? That's just, that's standard issue, right?
Standard issue.
Okay, cool.
Welcome to America.
Yeah. You got a garage, right?
Yeah, you can always come back. Hey, you can always come home, buddy. You can always come home. I'll buy the house next door if I have to.
Gotta do something. But no, it's a very long week, right? And then on top of that, we also set up our booth one day. So, I mean, it has been our dudes, we're mentally, physically exhausted, but we can still clock in.
I know it's a poke, but you drive to me, I'll drive you down. We're all having a party at Maddie's house.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go.
He hasn't told Morgan about this yet.
December or January. She listens to the show. She knows.
She does not listen to
it. It's like January, a typical podcast.
December or January. We're going down. We're having fun. We're going to watch all the old movies.
Okay.
Tell stories about how cool we used to be.
Quote, Pulp Fiction quote?
Yeah, Catfish and I were just talking about how fun it is all of us when we all get to hang out.
Is that your cheeseburger?
No, that's my cheeseburger. Get away from that cheeseburger. That's a tasty cheeseburger.
So we are in the pits, as going down memory lane a little bit. Yeah, in the pits with the Hurricanes, very focused right now. Much a better look for them. This was a good turnaround because they did have an abysmal game yesterday against Notorious. So it's good to see for the Hurricanes fans out there how much better they looked against a team like Red Legion.
That last breakout, do you feel like Hurricanes did something better, or Russians played into the Hurricanes' style of play?
I think that the Hurricanes, they got their body out wide, and the Legion didn't, and then Legion just started kind of launching, and Hurricanes finally played some Hurricane paintball. Control zones. They're so good at that, right? I mean, that's one of the things they excel at.
So Russians right back to the same exact play, with almost the same exact outcome, except for they get the kill this time.
4-on-4 right now.
And they do get in the snake.
That right there happens a lot. The snake corner can run out and kill the tower. It's usually a trade, though.
Yeah.
So if
and
you
I'm
play
okay
off
with that trade if another guy fills the snake afterwards, and Malloy does that.
Yeah, that's a great trade.
Yeah, Malloy's in a position where he can get 4 kills because they don't know he's in the snake. He's got both the cans with the back to him. He's only got back center looking at him. He can come up, get the cross shot first on the drill side can. He does eliminate him. Then he'll get the outside shot on the snake side can, and then the back center shot.
And I actually think, Rich, that the Russians ran 300 off the break, and I think that they pinched that guy out over there.
Nice.
Karslev taking the walk, though, for Legion over on the D side. But as we hit the minute mark here, Malloy is alive onto the Hurricane side. They still have 3 bodies left that Legion needs to shoot. Here comes Sergey as well, too, probing in that middle.
3 on 3 here, Maddie.
Krill thinking about it as well.
Malloy now on the Hurricane side of the field.
Here comes Krill. He's about to come into your screen. Yeah.
Malloy getting the kill out of the can.
Yeah, Red Legion does not, just like I said, right can, left can, back center. Now look at the D. And it's going to have 30 seconds left to score 1 point to tie it up. And we know the Red Legion, I mean, Maddie doesn't agree with me, but Red Legion can score fast points.
I don't know if you remember in Texas about 5 years ago.
But we're gonna go back 5 years. Is that what we're doing now?
You brought it up, yeah. So Impact was playing Legion, and they go up 5 points. So on the precipice of Mercy Rule win, and Rich is like, "That's it. This game's over. There's no chance."
I left the booth. I took the headset off. I walked away. The match was over.
And then Legion, not slowly but surely, they start running in guns. It's all working out. They tie the score up, and then Malloy scores an 8-second point.
Yeah,
to win the game.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Just to screw me, basically. It wasn't about winning the game at that point. It's just trying to screw Rich.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to prove a point.
Yeah. It was amazing.
The reason of bringing that story up, not to just twist the dagger in on Rich.
Mostly that.
But it's to prove that Legion does have that in the bag.
They got gas.
They have gas. They can score. Time and time again, year after year, Legion occasionally will pop off one of these crazy comebacks.
Back when we were still playing, the scariest thing you could do is get Red Legion a red penalty, so they're only coming out with 3. And you're like, all right, guys, easy point. Oh, look, they took both corners and shot 2 of us on the break.
Yeah, that was annoying.
So you can tell they're ready for it. Malloy never left the field.
Yeah.
Just so you know, he ran down there,
Really?
shot 3 dudes, and he's just waiting for them to come back.
Because he
on
knows,
the
he's
field.
like, I still got 2 pods. I'm not
bringing me a pod.
Or bring me a pod. I'm probably not going to need it.
He literally has not left the field. He's
Bring
just
me
like,
pod.
Bring it. I don't think Sergey left either. They're just
Bring
like,
me pod. Yeah, 30 seconds. I love it when you see those 30-second clip and you see the kind of newer rookie guys coming out with 8, 10, 12 pods. Like, how many pods do you think you're going to shoot?
Yeah, what are you doing, kid?
You know those are heavy, right? And you can get shot at them?
So after the conclusion of this set, we're going to have our top 4 teams take the field. Damage is going to play Heat, and Dynasty going to match up against the Tauntaun.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
So for the people watching that, why are they playing these matches?
Well, they're playing these matches for seeding and to keep them fresh, you know, because it would be a little unfortunate to finish top 4 and get a bye in the top 8, but then just not play until then while everyone warms up. Because whoever comes through the gauntlet of the 20 teams to get into that, the Ochos, they're going to be fierce.
Right.
So it's for seeding, and it's also to make sure that they stay crisp.
30-second point, it's on.
And for us to enjoy watching top teams play. So
Russians big run around to the Snake 3 to the 500.
Yeah, can they
through
do it?
The middle.
Here comes Sergey Sunny. Ooh, penalty assessed. Well, maybe another one here as the penalty flags are flying here for the Hurricanes, and
everybody's dead.
But still, no. Nick Ripple is still alive.
Oh, he is.
Another body left alive. Anyone alive
Referees
on
have hand
Legion?
up.
I think that is going to do it.
Yeah, I think Legion's going to draw a penalty.
So it was a bend don't break moment. We saw multiple flags go up.
Flag on both sides of the field, Matty. Yeah. So I think Red Legion's last guy probably got pulled on that.
So as we were watching the chaos ensue in the middle of the field here, as Legion was pushing up the middle, must have been a penalty on the opposite side for Legion, because that is going to close the door, and the final score will be, well, no, actually they stopped the time at 21 seconds left. So it looks like we might have.
Major then? Not a minor on one of the 2 teams?
Well, then it would be a swing point, and it would be an extra point for the Hurricanes. It would be 5-3, and that would probably mean that's it, because scoring 2 points in 21 seconds is near impossible.
Unless it's on the Hurricanes, because there was flags on both sides.
It was on there, but I saw yellows. I didn't see that flag. I definitely saw only yellows on the Hurricanes.
I saw yellows also.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes, as we well know, the ref will go to pull, in the chaos, they'll go to pull a red, but accidentally pull the yellow, which they'll then switch. And
3 yellows equal red, so.
That's not true. But, so we'll see here as there's Sergey taking some deep breaths. So, I mean, there's still 21 seconds on the clock, and the refs are still out on the field, so I think we still got some more paintball to play, but the score has not been adjusted yet.
Pod, bring me pod. Alex, the best.
Yeah, Pasha's got a great beard going on right now.
Pasha does that. He's so nice too. Every time I see him, nice hug, handshake.
Yeah, Karslev's he's a gem. I really like Karslev. Yeah. I mean, all the core Russian guys have been nothing but respectful and great over the years. So, yeah, Kirill's a legend. Malloy's a legend. Karslev's become an elite beast on that D side. They missed him for a while. They couldn't get him over. It's been hard to get their starting five.
And it showed.
And they still don't have Smotrov. So, but getting Karslev back was big. Getting Kirill back was big.
And Karslev's down here trying to argue that we want to play the point. And Jason's like, no, we're not playing the point. There's not enough time. Karslev's like, I can go down and score 4 or 5 points in that amount of time, just so you're aware.
Well, I think he's arguing that I think the penalty was on him.
Yeah.
So he ran deep around that corner and shot a bunch of dudes.
If I'm the Red Legion, I'm sending Sergey in for all my arguments, right? I'm not going to go down. Sergey, go argue my point for me.
Yeah, he's a pretty big, intimidating dude.
Yeah. A little bit of a bully, but big for sure.
Hey, so if you're Hurricanes and you get that
referees
point.
are walking off.
Oh.
If the referees are walking off, you know what that means, boys.
That means this game's over.
She's done.
So it looks like that is going to do it here. And congratulations to the Hurricanes, as they are going to take the victory against the Legion, which is making that bracket interesting because the Hurricanes are now 1-1, but they're still sitting on a negative point spread. They play Verst next. And so that is going to do it. There's Mike Bianca, probably happy with the win, but hoping that the spread was a little bit more in his favor, but still a W nonetheless. So next up, again, the top 4 teams taking the field. Tampa Bay Damage playing Houston Heat. San Diego Dynasty playing the Tauntauns. Thomas, thank you so much. You going to sit up here for another one, or you got to go?
I can hang out for another one.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesome. So we'll be right back here on Go Sports 2023 NXL World Cup. See you in just a few.
You have to settle for a respectable third place. Unlike Philadelphia last year, the final match in Texas would not be a blowout. Instead, it was a blow-for-blow and move-for-move game, and as it turned out, penalty for penalty, as both teams tried to exert their will on each other. Dynasty got off to an early lead with Urena and Greenspan clearing out the snake side. Then, Heat took 2 unanswered points for the lead when Dynasty drew 2 penalties in a row.
He's going to get 1, he's going to get 2.
Wow, big
beautiful move, but no, but it's going to be a major penalty assessed on Blake that's going to pull out Marcelo.
But Dynasty, starting with only 4 bodies, pulled it back from the brink when they shot Chad George and he drew a minor as well. Dynasty played tight, they played perfect, and they kept all 4 bodies alive, and it was all tied up.
Another body coming off right now with Ryan Smith, Yoshua hunting in the center, and just dominant performance here. 4 bodies started this point for Dynasty as they were on in a deficit, and 4 bodies end for Dynasty.
Then there was another penalty in the next point, this time on Greenspan, helping give the lead back to Heat as Dynasty was forced to concede quickly to preserve time. There was 4:30 left on the clock, but Dynasty, undaunted, tied it up again in the next point.
Tried to make the move out, and as soon as that happened, it was just Ronnie Deason left alive. That forces the coaching staff here for Houston Heat, Pat McKenna and Tom Martinez, to concede. Just speed crawl up to the 50-yard line.
Alex is hunting down the snake. He's going to try to go forward, listen to find out where Chad George's gun is at, and try to get Chad George without dying. Number 1 priority, get Chad George off the field. Number 2, try to do it and stay alive.
Oh, he's not scared to go. Alex Frazier is going to come around, stitch up Chad George, and stay alive.
Doesn't get better than that, Matt.
Beautiful job by the legend Alex Frazier, but he does get clipped on the way back, but he did his job to get Chad George off the field. It looks like Tyler Harmon's going to get shot. Actually, they trades out with Blake, but Ryan Greenspan in a good position to attack.
Gonna go get him. Oh.
Overtime point here. Ryan Greenspan frustrated that he was not able to try to put the team on his back yet again.
In the end, it was decided in overtime, where San Diego Dynasty, extending their reputation as monster gunfighters, were able to win a 4-on-5 after losing Mike Urena off the break, as Marcelo Margot, Blake Yarber, and Chris Shear were all alive on the field to win the point and tie the record of 3 wins in a row, after Tyler Harmon ran Ryan Greenspan down in desperation. It was a close game, but San Diego Dynasty took down Houston Heat and won their 3rd consecutive tournament, With new heroes emerging in their ongoing story and led by their legendary veterans, Dynasty proved yet again they are the best team our sport has ever seen. Paintball history is at stake in Philadelphia, as no team has ever won 4 major events in a row.
Yeah, gotta aim for the top like, hello, yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles that I'm in my element, it's evident.